municipality's broken. I'm loaning my heart and soul to the game that's scared to pay it back. And failure is a motherfucker. The strength to go on and believing in another sucker who don't see the vision in you. So you gotta work harder times two. Gotta make it do what it do. With the limited sources you have, your dream is still a find motivation in you and inspire the world to do what you can. If you love it, then fuck it, get through it. Yeah. Mumble mentality activated. I waited for so long, and burdens I'm outweighed. When you see me in my zone.
Man, welcome. It must be Wednesday. This is the Gentleman's Talk Back to School special. We're going to take us a journey back in time first. We're going to reminisce, talk about some of the old days, and then we're going to bring this thing full circle because, as you can see, we got three fathers on this thing, which means we got three separate renditions of day one of school type of shit. So just like last week, it ain't going to change until Leo season changes. I am still the official bartender and the MC of Leo season, the one they call Mr. G2.
What's going on, y'all? It's Outlaw and Mama, I missed the bus.
It's Barbers Hill's token black kid, Mr. Gent, coming at you once again.
Did they make you cut your hair too?
They tried it.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. That was, if you know, you know. If you're from this part of Texas, you understand what we're talking about. But
even if you're not from this part of Texas,
yeah, you might understand. But what we're doing today, we have conversations in the chat. You guys don't get to see these things, but we have conversations pretty much every day throughout the week, and we try to figure out what the hell we're gonna do on the next show and this show. Needless to say, we probably got the next 6 shows kind of sorted out, planned out, at least outlined out at the minimum. But we're starting with this one. So this is a back to school special. Why? Because here in Texas, this was the first week of school, first day of school for a lot of schools. Some of our schools, like the one that Outlaw graduated from, this they second week of fucking school because they started early as shit. So either way, the story is the story. This is talking about the beginning of school. So, of course, like I said, we got 3 fathers here in this group here. So that means, you know, we've also had our little ones have their first days of school, or if you have a senior, their last first day of school. You know, I don't think any of us have seniors in high school just yet. I think I'm the closest because I got a sophomore, so I'm pretty sure I'm the closest. But yeah, so we're going to start with that, though. We're going to talk about the first day of school for our little ones. So I'm going to start with Mr. Gent down there. Talk to us about day one of first day of school for the little ones, man. How'd it go?
Hey, man, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired, man. They tired. We all tired. This year is a new thing for me because this is my first time having my youngest daughter live with me and go to school with me full time. You know, so she excited for school, and I'm trying to get everything in order, pretty much. But I'm just trying to figure out how she had an accident and lose her glasses on the first day. I don't know. She started kindergarten, and it was just, she's excited, I guess. It was just a lot going on.
She had an accident and lost the glasses.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm tired. I'm so tired. But I'm here. We here. I'm loving it. Honestly. I like getting her up to school, and she's excited to learn and, you know more things and stuff like that. So,
okay, I got you. Outlaw, how was Terror Squad member number 1's first day?
Oh man, she doesn't go back until the 27th, man. She's still on break, but I remember her.
Oh, that's right. She go to school late into the summer. That's right.
Yeah.
Your situation's a little different.
Yeah, but I remember her first day of school last year, man. I was stressing about it all summer because I was, well, you know, my daughter, you know, she kind of has a personality that some might consider strong, and I could just imagine, man, they're gonna call me her first day, be like, man, come get your kid. She had a wonderful first day last year, and apparently throughout the entire year, she was like, you know, the class favorite. All of her teachers loved her, this, that, and the third. She was considered a perfect student. I'm just like, that's not the child that I have at home. Like, what do you mean?
Ain't that about some shit? So we're in the same boat because it's like, so obviously mine just turned 3. She's not in pre-K officially yet. She's in the pre-K class at daycare, but she has yesterday, to be exact. She also started year 2 of dance. So we're back in our dance and ballet tap game, and we are doing it in our mermaid tutus That's our thing. We are hardcore in the Disney princess phase. That is the thing. That is what we're rocking with. So she was ecstatic about going back to dance class, at least when I talked to her. And then when she had a conversation after mom picked her up from daycare, she was like, oh, I don't want to go to dance class. I don't want to do all this. Then daddy comes home. Daddy, we got to get ready for dance class. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here.
Mhm.
We got to go. Like, I already know how this is going to go. But we get there. And of course, because every kid in America, or at least every toddler, when they see the magical thing we call balloons, they get excited. So we walk in and they got a nice little archway set up, which with the next level dance and all that stuff on there, which is why I sent the picture to the family chat. But she immediately like, Mommy, I gotta take a picture. So she had to get her little pose on, with her little what used to be cream colored Crocs. Now they kind of like off white with some charcoal stains on them. she rough on shoes, man. I don't even want to buy her no more shoes right now because the way her
You
feet
never
keep
buy a
growing.
kid white shoes.
Listen, that's why they was cream colored instead of white. But you know how they are with these Crocs though. That's like the everyday hotness.
Yeah.
Whether it's those or the sparkly pink ones with all the Croc
So
charms.
is she like all terrain mode or loose mode?
Oh no, she got to be all terrain. She don't like sport mode. After she kept falling on the ground, I was like, "Well, you ain't ready for that all terrain life. You better put them straps on. Quit playing." So she had a good first day. I know Jen, you've never seen it. I know Outlaw's seen it. She is something else on recital night. She is something. She becomes a whole different kid. Like some star of the show type shit. She has her own signature dance moves. Man, if you would listen, when I tell you my daughter is my carbon copy, I'm not playing. Like, I mean, God, she is every little bit of me when it comes to being a showman. So, hey, China, what's happening? We talking about our kids right now. Welcome to the show. But on the flip side, today was the first day that my sophomore in high school went to school. That's fun. Now I'm like, damn. We already halfway through high school, boy.
Yep.
Shit's getting real because all I'm thinking about now with her specifically is the fucking summertime. We got,
man, it's crazy. By the time she get the senior year, like Calissa gonna just be going to first grade, right?
Yeah,
starting right
pretty much. But here's the thing: that's not. I'm thinking about the worst part of it, right? Because this summer we're gonna have our first summer job, and we're gonna have driver's ed. Which means the next major expense is coming up, aka another vehicle. Lord, 4 vehicles on an insurance plan just don't sound very attractive right now. But
and I thought I was tired.
Man, listen, I gotta start saving and planning for a Sweet 16 now. Hell, because she'll be 15 on Sunday. So we already just there. Like,
you sound tired. Also, you sound tired.
I'm not tired from the school stuff. I'm just tired from my job, full time doing my thing, getting ready for next week. We have our award ceremony next week in Corpus, so I'm getting ready to go on vacay. So I will be live on location next week. I will be in Corpus Christi, Texas, one of my favorite homes away from homes for fishing trips and all kinds of other stuff. So just gotta start something. Yeah, I'll figure out what part of the roadmap I'm on eventually, but it's gonna be a good year. I'm excited. It already looks like things are gonna start off on the right foot. So we're just gonna fingers crossed. We ain't gotta go to no school visits for nobody choking nobody out, nothing outlandish craziness like that. I mean, my toddler did slap a kid in the face at daycare, so I can already see the future.
She like she gonna fight.
He's gonna start Brazilian jiu-jitsu next year, so I get it. I gotta calm all that energy down. So if I put it all on the mat, she ain't gonna have no energy to fight nobody because she's gonna be tired from rolling. And then she gonna start trying to fight her daddy. And I'm like, listen, baby, your daddy been in this other game in his life for 17 years. Like, I can roll, and we will roll, and I will put you to sleep. These sleeper holds are ready to eat for everyone. You will go to sleep without a melatonin. It's gonna be like,
man, melatonin don't even work for these kids.
Cry for your mom. Cry for your mom.
Listen, she ain't gonna be at it. She gonna be like, she ain't gonna get the mom out. She gonna be
I tried to give Calissa melatonin one time, bro. She fought through that, man.
Listen, let me tell you about
until like midnight one time.
Let me explain to you how my daughter and melatonin works. It only works at home. If it's in a foreign environment, nah, fam. Like, she might as well smoke a joint at this point. Like, it ain't no other way she gonna fucking go down outside the house. Like when she is away from her Paw Patrol bed, melatonin is like a fucking shot of caffeine. Like
She's
be
the last
hyped
one
up.
to go to sleep at my place,
I'm telling
man.
you.
And she get to cry and be like, I don't want to go to sleep. And it's like, you know what? You ain't got to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep for you.
And you know what's crazy? As soon as she go to sleep, she out for the next 9 hours. Because she fights hard, but when that energy finally depletes, she out of there. She donezo. So
yeah, it's my daughter too.
Oh yeah. Shit. So flashback time. Now we talked about the future, the present, not the future. We're gonna talk about the past though. Let's go back in time a little bit. So I know I graduated in 2008. I believe Outlaw was were you 09? No, you
09.
You were 09 and Gent, were you 08, 10, 15, 20?
Jeez. 14.
14. Okay, so you kind of so you modern and shit with that. All right, gotcha. So we got
I wouldn't say that.
I mean,
14,
okay, your 10-year reunion is this year.
96.
What do you mean?
96.
Yeah. You are the most modern.
90s kid. You're a 90s baby.
You're the only one in this group that ain't had a 10-year reunion yet. Your 10-year reunion is this year.
Mine was my 15, bro.
Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, shit, 15. Shit, I'm coming up on.
Yeah, just say y'all old, man.
I'm coming up on my 20.
10-year reunion. Like, did y'all even have lunch numbers like in 2014?
Yes, we had lunch numbers of 2014. I had no minds, but hey.
All right, so we got 3 different perspectives. All right, cool.
Man, did you even take a accelerated reader test?
Yes, I did actually.
So
they
that
should have
means
books when you was in school.
I take the task test. I didn't take the TOS test. I took the task test though.
Oh,
hey, first of all, yeah, you missed a good time, boy. You missed a good old TOS test. Much easier back then. Look, she said talking about Jez lunch number. Talking about your school ID that you punched in at the lunch so you can get your food.
The lunch line so you get your food.
Like myself being I was a free and reduced lunch kid, so we had to make sure we had that. But
and then whenever you put it in, like it would be like happy birthday when it was your birthday.
What? I never had that. My birthday in the summer. I never seen that before.
Yeah, so you graduated in 2014. So your freshman year was 2010.
We was already in college.
So, we'll have it. That's a different story time. We'll get there in a minute. All right. So Mr. Gent, we're gonna start with you. So it's 2010, freshman year. Walk us through Mr. Gent's first day. Were you at the Hill? You was at the Hill?
I was at the Hill.
Okay, you was at the Hill.
Hey,
okay.
That was coming off a straight. Cause I was in band and football back then, so that was straight off of 2 days time on top of a little function there. I had band practice in the beginning, then I had to go straight up to the football practice after that. Then I had to go back to band, and then I had to go back to football after that. That was my first time I ever did that. And man, not for the week. It ain't for the week, man. I loved it though. I was busy. I stayed busy, but I had to say, being that busy and being in band and football, I got to meet a lot more people around before going to school. So first day of school, I was feeling good. I hop up on my bed, turn the swag on, look in the mirror and say, "What's up?"
Get him the fuck out of here.
This guy.
Yeah,
so what do you remember the fit? Do you remember the day one fit?
Man, if I can remember correctly, I had some Shaqs on. Had some Shaqs on.
What color? What color Shaqs did you have?
Were they the brown?
No, it wasn't the brown one. There was the red ones.
So you was wearing red Shaqs at a blue and white school. Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure. Then I also had a Mesco jacket on from Old Navy, one of my favorite jackets.
Oh, Mesco jacket. Okay.
Yeah, I had to pop up in them one time.
Okay.
So it was green as the motherfucker. But it had red stripes on it, so I had to go with the shoes. I slept at my grandma's house, so my pants were starched up. So we was good. We
hey, folks, remember how you had to starch your pants? They could stand up by themselves. They'd be so
if you
strong.
don't remember the days of that Stay Flow where you had to get that ratio of Stay Flow with the water just right in the separate spray bottle.
Yep.
That's okay.
Man.
All right. So he remembered the fit. Okay.
It was something slight, but it's cute.
Okay. So you wore the Mexico jacket, but what kind of shirt did you wear then?
Just plain white shirt underneath.
Okay, so you was heavy in your white tee game.
Yeah, heavy in my white tee, But the girls wanted the jacket. That's what it was. You had to spray the cologne on the jacket. So
Always.
Like, oh, I want your jacket, Sherrod.
We're gonna have a gentlemanly conversation about ways to wear fits. That's a future episode. I'm glad good hint on that you dropped the Easter egg, all right, about spraying the cologne on the jacket. So Outlaw, you, my friend, went to one of the largest high schools in the state of Texas, one of the most lethal football programs in the state of Texas, one of the most athletic high school programs in the state of Texas, who graduated class of 2009, which means your freshman year was 2005.
Sound about right.
So walk us through day one at the Shore.
Freshman year or senior year, man?
I want freshman year. We'll talk about senior in a minute. I want freshman year first.
05.
Man, freshman year, that was at the old campus, man. And like, if you don't know about North Shore, ninth grade campus as it's known now, that campus about 40, 50 years old. And it was like haunted ghost stories about it, like in the auditorium, like somebody apparently hung themselves in the rafters and shit like that. We had all kinds of wild stories. And
Good God.
Yeah. And half the school was actually a repurposed juvenile detention facility. So half the building had like iron bars and looked like a prison. Like we had like a prison style cafeteria on one side. If you don't know about North Shore, it got down over there. It was a little hood, honestly.
Just a little. Just a little hood.
At that time, it was far more hood than it is now.
We had far more hood in ninth grade.
So just the school that he talking about is North Shore High School.
Yeah.
So if you've been around the high school football circuit, you for sure know about North Shore. Like you don't hear Katy High School without hearing North Shore High School. Like those two things kind of are synonymous with each other.
Yeah, we were scared to play North Shore.
Okay, so Jess had so they had a ninth grade center too. Yeah, so y'all had money. But anyway, so what was the fit on day one? Do you remember the fit?
So it's weird because like ninth and 10th grade, like I was still wearing like, FUBU, polo, Rockaware type stuff. Yeah, I had like the all white forces and stuff. I was still, wearing traditional urban clothing. What was the other stuff? Echo and all that.
Yeah.
Did you have the Bobby Jack? Did you have some Bobby Jack pants?
Man, I don't drink since
then. The monkey on it?
Dude, freshman year for me was 20 years ago. You asked me what I did for 20 years ago. Bro, I don't even remember breakfast this morning.
Oh shit!
Like I just really thought about that. Like my freshman year was 20 damn years ago. Like I feel old as fuck right now. But I remember like junior year a lot better because that's when I started wearing like alternative stuff, apple bottom jeans. Yeah.
Hey, I was just about to say, did you have the boots with the fur too though?
I actually went to the mall, Baybrook. What was that? Friday, Saturday, one of those days, and I saw a lady with apple bottom jeans on, and I was like, okay, all I said was,
listen,
okay,
we're gonna talk about the style that made us famous in high school. But so you did the same thing I did, Outlaw. We went through phases of clothing. There was a point in time, I think it was my freshman year of college and Outlaw's senior year of high school, where we went through the phase of phases, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. So what was the shoe game like for you with that mixture of urban clothes? You were rocking the Forces? Was you rocking the lugs? Like what was
I had a lot of Forces. I had at that time. I was kind of still like wearing Fila's at one point. I was kind of phasing out of those.
Oh yeah, hey.
I had the shell toe Adidas at one point.
Yo,
yeah, my boy stepping.
I had a pretty good shoe game. I don't wear sneakers like that anymore, man. I done got to like the dad loafers and stuff. And, yeah.
Oh yeah. See, okay. See, look, just some of the baby fat, the fat farms with the fat laces, all the So, all right. So, 2004, August 18th, 2004 to be exact. A very different time, but it's the time. I was rocking a solid black tee at the time, khaki pants, and I had some black Air Forces. I was a big Forces guy. I will upset the community for a second. I am not a Jordan head at all. I have never been a Jordan head. I don't like Jordans. I don't like wearing J's. I don't like the responsibility that comes with being a Jordan head, because I would have to fight all the time. Because as we talked about with Mr. Gent going to the Hill, Outlaw going to the Shore, I'm from the Lee. I'm from Ganderville. I'm from Baytown Robert E. Lee High School. So it was very different in the city of Baytown. But I'm very familiar with Barbers Hill because they don't like to claim Baytown, even though we literally share a zip code. But that's neither here nor there.
No, Baytown too ghetto.
North Shore, on the other hand, I have a long history with because all through my high school career, we always played North Shore, whether it was in playoffs in football or it was in basketball or it was in track. So I'm very familiar with the shore.
Man, I forgot Lee went to the playoffs before. That's crazy.
Before, my guy,
they ask now.
Listen, your classes couldn't have hung with our classes.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like you kind of trying to treat them like other niggas when they not like the other niggas.
You know, don't let these classes fool you. Like class of 08 was one of the most lethal classes to go through Robert E. Lee High School.
Yeah, that was.
We're not finna play that game, right? We had,
but nah.
But I digress. But that was
by the time you got the high school, MySpace is already gone, brother. You can't talk about what we know about.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you was on that.
What was we on? What was on iPhone 2? We was on iPhone 2.
I was on
first generation iPhone, bro.
Actually, 2010, we still had iPod touches. Yeah, I had an iPod touch in college with Assassin's Creed on it. Yeah, I'm dating the fuck out myself right now. He need listen, Outlaw. He missed the age of having a Zune.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this, Rod. I didn't get high.
I did not miss the age of having no Zune.
Old. I didn't get high school. I remember 2006.
I remember having the what was that? The little clip with the little CDs that you put in.
MP3.
We all had.
No, not MP3 player.
You had an actual CD player?
No, not just an actual CD player. The little small CDs, little small ones.
The PlayStation Vita?
No. See, I don't know. It's like little, like it was like a little, it's like MP3 player, but it had like little CDs. It had like Lizzie McGuire and shit like that. I don't know.
I know. Yeah, like a little bite-sized little bit of music.
Yeah. Put that one out. Yeah.
Hey, listen, that iPod Shuffle. Listen, remember there was a point in time when the iPod Shuffle was this fucking long. It was a stick before they made the mini one that actually clipped and all the runners was rocking. Oh shit, where we at? Oh, she had a first generation. I had an iPod Nano, bro. When they came out with all the retro colors of the iPod Nano, we all wanted that motherfucker.
Hey, them old iPod commercials was a thing, though.
Hey, they was though. But listen,
we
the same. But listen, we the same generation that had the Sidekick, one of the most goated phones in existence,
and the Razor,
and the Crazer, for that matter. Like we had two ways because the two-way pager was still a thing when I was in 7th grade. So like that's still a that was a thing. That was the original drug dealer phone, as we like to call it. But the Sidekick though, oh man, if you had the Sidekick, boy, you was him or her, whatever.
I never had the Sidekick, but I had a BlackBerry.
I had a BlackBerry as well. When that was my first major phone in college. I had the BlackBerry 8520. It was the first BlackBerry that came out without the trackball. It had the track pad instead of the trackball.
I had the trackball still, and then
my dad had a BlackBerry forever.
Listen, BlackBerry was.
I was part of that frat. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Listen, man, BlackBerry was a good phone. It just had a few issues. Like the App Store was trash.
Barack Obama had a BlackBerry.
I loved the BlackBerry. I thought the phone and the concept of it was dope. Like I felt like if you had a BlackBerry, you were kind of distinguished. Like you was kind of on some gentlemanly. You was on some gentlemanly, or you was on some business type shit if you had a BlackBerry, because you couldn't just operate that motherfucker just to be operating. Like you kind of had to know how to type, like actually type on them, because you was using a regular QWERTY keyboard on a BlackBerry. So if your ass couldn't type, you ain't know where the fuck all the letters was at. So you actually had to be kind of intelligent to use that. Or back, what was it? The PDAs back in the day that the business folks had.
Yeah,
the original BlackBerries, if you will.
Now I'll tell you what though, Rod, you didn't have a Nokia phone, one of them brick ones.
Boy, hey, that is on the Mount Rushmore.
We used to play. We used to play wall ball with that phone.
Hey, that's fucked up. Listen, you said wall ball. I'm talking about. Listen, that phone was so goated. You didn't have to charge that bitch for 10 days.
Hey, speaking of chargers, bro, back in the day, every phone had a unique charger. Y'all don't remember?
Every phone had a unique charger,
bro.
The fat ones you had to press the button.
This one had This one had a charger that was so old that you don't even see them motherfuckers anymore. Like it ain't even a USB. I don't even know what the fuck it was called. It was like some long, like it looked like some shit old, like from the 60s. It was crazy. You can't even find an adapter for that motherfucker. That's how old that charger was.
Man, we had a drawer full of chargers for every single phone because you just never
phone.
know.
And they never know if they worked or not.
I got to put this one up on this shit's funny. She said hanging up on people with a flip phone. Hey, listen, if you wouldn't
look. That used to be my shit right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. What?
So look,
I'm right here with. Yeah, they ain't talking no more.
All right, so Mulich done jump into the chat, so we got to get everybody caught up. All right, so Mulich, what year did you graduate high school?
2011.
All right, 2011. All right, so we're going back. So 2011, so that's what, 2007 freshman year for you?
Yeah.
2007, yep.
All right, so Mulich, take us back to 2007. Day one. We want to know about the experience. We want to know what the fit was looking like in 2007.
What's crazy is I went to 2 high schools in my freshman year. So my first day at Santa Clara High School, shout out to my boys out there in Santa Clara High School. I remember the fit like it was yesterday, okay? All white G Bezos with the white tee, blue jeans, and I had the hat A's cap on top. Okay, it was the white and the off-white A's cap with the little green lining around it. I remember it because that was one of my favorite hats, right? Big ass goddamn earrings in my ear, like I didn't have no motherfucking sense, right? But I had a real gold chain on, okay? Because I ain't doing no
That's important.
Okay. Pulled up on the bike, which I called my scraper back then, because the bike was my whip. That's how I got everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Pulled up on the bike, parked that joint in the bike cage, stepped onto the campus, man, and I ain't even gonna lie to you, my life changed forever. Okay, because from then on out, I knew I was him. I was him. That was just it. I was him, and there wasn't nobody gonna tell me shit. Okay. Now my first day at my school in Sacramento, Monterey Trail. Shout out to MTHS Mustangs. It was different. Okay, because moved in the middle of the school year type shit. All my siblings go to the school. Older siblings go to the school. I'm coming to a school where I was the only one. Right. All my siblings was up here in Sacramento. So older brother in schools, a sister in schools. So now I can't get away with the shit that I used to do back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a whole new experience. You know what I'm saying? I had to move because some whole other shit that I get into backstage because I ain't trying to get us banned for no reason like that. But yeah, I had to move because, you know, your boy got into some shit out there. And then, I don't know, it was just awkward, man. I remember my first day fit, though. I had a big-ass sweater on, some blue jeans, of course, my G Bezos. I never went anywhere without no G Bezos. Okay, I always got a pair of new G Bezos all the time, right? I had a fresh cut, but I didn't have no hat on, and it was raining. That's the reason why I didn't wear no hat. But
now, speaking of fresh cut, that barbershop the weekend before school start back, crazy.
Boy,
be in there all day.
The men's barbershop line is crazier than the women's bathroom at the club.
That's the reason why.
Can you squeeze my son in? We ain't making no point. Can you squeeze him in?
Like, listen,
you sitting there all day.
You got
because, like, you know, because that's the thing. Like, all right, so let's educate the masses. All right, so listen, we're gonna talk about the culture cuts. All right, we ain't talking about Bobby going to sport clips and getting up. No, we're gonna talk about these culture cuts real quick. All right, you can't go. If you start school on the 15th, you can't get that cut on the 7th. That's 8 days too long. Listen, you got a window, right? Listen, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, y'all see all this shit on TikTok when all the ladies be talking about they husbands and boyfriends getting that fresh cut and they go into Target and shit. There's a reason those type of TikToks exist. Because when a man, a black man, a man of culture, even my Hispanic brothers, when that fresh cut happens, there is a 72-hour window of godlike mode where you are the freshest motherfucker on the scene. All right. And look, listen, you ain't even got to have waves. If you got a fresh mid fade, a fresh taper, you know, a fresh high fade, or if you know what I'm saying, you like outlaw and you got the fro top, but you tapered up that fresh right out the chair. They done hit you with the spice bomb. Like you in that thing. When you walk out the barbershop, you are glowing in golden aura. You cannot be fucked with for 72 hours. That's just what it is. So if you get your hair cut anything sooner than 72 hours, like I'm sorry, anything later than 72 hours, you risking it because the hair start growing back and you start looking off like and it start with the baby hairs, the hairs that look all fucked up. So the baby hairs start growing. It ain't the regular hair, but the baby hairs.
Your hairline,
that beautiful edge up start looking real rough. Be looking real tight or wavy, and that ain't what you want in your life. So you got to get that. And then, you know, if you was like me, you know, when we was doing the back in the day when we did the 360 waves, you know what I'm saying? Then we do the 360 wave, you put the stocking cap on, then you put the do-rag on.
But for no, you
Like,
skip
your shit was
step. You skip like 3 steps, brother. You gotta brush your hair 100 times
100 times each way.
With some hot water, then put some
Each
blue
way.
magic on it.
Blue magic, come on now.
You gotta get the blue magic, and then you put the stocking cap on it.
So
and then you put a do rag on top of it.
So that's
Say,
what
he put
you
the do-rag on
brush
it.
it again.
I used to have short
listen.
hair. I used to have short hair.
So the way I did it is I learned a slightly different method. Is we started with the hot towel. All right, we had to get that thing nice and I forget there's a word for it, but we just put that steaming hot towel as we've all seen on the TikTok video. But you get that steaming hot towel,
exfoliate or whatever.
you got to get everything just right, and then you got to set that thing up in there and just let it sit. You got to let it marinate. We'll use cooking terms. You got to let it marinate. When it's marinating, once you see that it's starting to look like back to your normal hair color, you start your repetitions of your brush game, whichever direction your wave. Find your wave pattern first. Don't be just brushing, just be fucking brushing. Otherwise, your shit gonna be turning, 5 ways to hell. So find your pattern.
Look like trouble water.
Be brushing, your shit be talking about some wade in the water.
You ain't gonna have waves, you're gonna have ripples, okay? Find the wave one.
So once you get that pattern going, then you put. There's a reason why we put the stocking cap in the do rag. Right, the stocking cap is to keep everything sitting.
Press down.
The do rag is literally just to keep the stocking cap from coming off the fucking head.
Yeah, the stocking cap.
If you just put the stocking cap on, you're gonna wake up and the stocking cap gonna be hitting it, looking like Stephen A. Smith hairline and shit in the morning. So stocking cap, do rag. Make sure that line ain't too tight on the forehead. You're gonna have that nice little dent right here in the morning, and then you got that dent in the back of your head, and boys gonna know. I'm like, hey, bro, you had that mug on too tight, didn't you? Listen, you ain't got to put the do rag on super tight, man. It's just got to be. Listen, it's only got to be just moderately tight, so it don't come off, so that the stocking cap stay on. That's all.
And you got to wake up going to sleep with it, man. At first, is hell trying to sleep with something on your head. It's like
I'm trying to tell you. On. And then if you like me, when you wake up in the morning, before you even take it off, you do the steaming hot towel again. You got to wake them waves up. Like, hey, bro, you got to activate. So we put that hot towel, and we don't take the do rag. No, we just straight up hot towel, and then we just take it off in layers.
No, there are some kids who can take their do rag off until they got off the bus and walk
off
the
bus. Yeah, that's the one with the fat lines.
That's when they were taking it off real quick, and then you see that fresh marker right here. Wow. Yep,
look, we got some. Look at this nostalgia coming up. Hold on, look at it. Doing the voicemails when you play the music on. Oh, you listen. If you wasn't making your own voicemails and ringtones back then, you too young for this conversation.
Boy, we used to put the I used to put the phone right up to the radio, the Magic 102.1, and you record my goddamn taste. When I discovered LimeWire and all that shit, we had the computer speak. We doing this shit right next to computer speakers on the AOL. Man. Which you don't know nothing about AOL, Sherrod. You wasn't even born yet. I keep doing that to me.
AOL
I had to dial up. I had the Yahoo. I had all that.
Get a porno.
Yeah, see, Yahoo is modern though.
Are you too young?
Yeah, see, the original Yahoo is modern as shit though. That AOL, bro. I mean, you talking about you on the internet, your mama pick up the phone, your whole internet connection go down.
Whole internet cut
out of there.
Boy, let me
be like, get off the damn internet, like, bro,
get off in these chats.
Listen, I'm in the chat trying to, we in the chat room, everybody talking about, hey, bro, what's ASL? Like, oh, ASL, you like, the fuck, like, boy, it was very toxic in the chat back in the day. It was very toxic in the chat back then. We just gonna say it like that.
It's called DM. It was IM back then.
Messenger. We had it all, bro.
Hey, AOL Instant Messenger was the shit, bro.
Young bulls ain't never go through the struggle, man. Because can you
imagine
trying to knock on a young shot back in middle school?
We're gonna talk about this right here because listen, this comment right here, this current generation of kids could not fucking do this shit. Having a top 8, top 4, top 5 on MySpace. Boy, that shit'll be toxic as fuck. It'll be starting whole ass fucking brawls in school if this current generation. Boy, my daughter and them couldn't do this shit right now.
Yeah, nah, bro. Hey, like, man, I risk relationship over the top 8.
And listen, MySpace, and what's wild too is like when you had your top, when you had your top 5, whatever it was, like if you was in a relationship, if your significant other wasn't number 1, if your significant other wasn't number 1, boy, it was a problem. It was a problem. That was the original. That was the original relationship status.
Honestly,
like,
why you have Rachel at your number 1?
Hey, but listen,
why am I number 2?
What's so cold about it though? MySpace was literally teaching us young folks the origins of literally fucking coding back then. Because
Man,
if you went on some of our pages, we had hyperlinks, we had everything. I mean, you go like, listen, I'm gonna put y'all, I'm gonna paint this picture for y'all because I remember my MySpace profile like it was motherfucking yesterday. Because my favorite character of all time, just like we talked about, we did our movies, was Scarface. So as soon as you clicked on my profile, it was Scarface, black and white. Had the fucking playlist going over there with all the shit, and most of my shit, you know, so like that was my shit. You know, had gotta have your music playing. So I kept up with all the trends. So like at that time, Pretty Ricky was killing the game. So I had every Pretty Ricky song blasting. As soon as you click on the page, wow, it was in that thing. Had all the gifts before gifts was a thing. Like, oh yeah, boy, page was decked all the way the fuck out. Like no games to play. Had a different font on that motherfucker. When I learned how to change the font, oh yeah, font was on deck. We was bolding, we was flashing shit. Oh man, boy, I missed the days
Let's
of
talk
just
about this
designing.
though, real quick. Since we talking about MySpace, remember that weird trend where like all the Looney Tune characters were like wear hood, urban clothing and such.
See, that's
Hell
exactly
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like he had Scarface. I had Bugs Bunny Scarface. Bugs Bunny was his gangster.
But why was that a thing?
I don't know.
What was that?
I don't know, but everybody liked it though. Even like Lola Bunny was dressed up in hood shit, like Daffy Duck, Donald Duck, all the fucking characters. We was like Elmer
Cat
Fudd
Bunny time.
was Elmer
Big
Fudd in a
time.
hoodie, bro. That shit was wild. First of all, how the fuck they find a hoodie big enough for his fucking head? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because Elmer had a whole fucking milk jug, bro.
That shit was lit. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was an era.
That was an error. No, y'all remember that summer where they had like them cotton pants that came out?
The dream pants.
The dream
I will
pants.
never
The dream
forget anybody
pants
who wore
and the
those.
dream shorts. That was my high school. That's prime high school right there, boy. I had the baby blues, the black.
The baby blue ones was the best ones.
Hey,
I
like
ain't gonna lie to you. Everybody out here in Sacramento, California, if you wore those, I would never forgive you. I don't care.
hey, listen. If you was rocking the dream shorts, you was probably rocking them with the slides, the Debo slides, as we used to call them, the Debos. If you had them, not the house shoes, ladies and gentlemen, the Debos. Like if you had the Debo slippers, man, it's a totally different ball game. Like that was just part of the fit. It's just that was the lazy day. You ain't feel like getting dressed. You put the dream shorts and the Debos on, and then like my school started outlawing that shit. You couldn't wear the Debos with the dream shorts. They was like you got to wear regular shoes with a sole, as they like to say, whatever the fuck the way it was written. I'm like, all right, whatever. But after a while, well, and like Rob was talking about earlier, about him doing his tour days and all that stuff. Listen, I was in track, I was in football, I was in choir, and I was in all the clubs. So trust me, I spent a lot of time on campus. So I started school just like you did before all the other students came back on campus. So I was like, so I get it. But once you make varsity, you officially have a different wardrobe when you make varsity.
Completely
So
changed.
I was literally, I wore my track windsuit damn near every other day. Or I was wearing the Letterman jacket with the track bottom. Like I was like, listen, I didn't give a fuck what I wore. I was wearing that Letterman jacket at the minimum. And I ain't let no females wear it. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it.
I gotta throw
that's
that
the Cardinal sin
I
right
couldn't
there.
do it. Listen, no. So because I fucked up and I made Cardinal sin number 2, and I let a girl wear my class ring, and then yeah, that hurt because that was my listen. All right, let's talk about this ring. All right, because Balfour come to the school. Yeah, I'm putting there. Everybody know what Balfour is, so it ain't nothing new. Listen, when I tell you I worked hard on designing this ring. All right, my ring looked like a family crest. I had my birthstone in there. I had the letter K in that motherfucker. I had track on one side. I had choir on another side. I had an engraved thing on the inside of the ring. Like my shit was nice, and it wasn't a round ring. I had the square, so I had the square with the open birthstone. My shit was a good $600 plus, like easy. Yeah. Like, hey, but at the time, working them summer jobs, doing everything else, I just, I saved up money, did my little payment plan, but I got my shit because I really wanted that ring. I thought, you only get one class ring because I didn't know that you had a class ring in college. So I'm thinking it's the only motherfucking class ring I'm about to ever have. So I'm trying to break the bank on this motherfucker, and I sure did.
I think a lot that's valid. I didn't want a class ring.
Not me.
I got a class ring. I don't even know why I bought it.
Yeah, I never saw the purpose of the class ring. I got my Leatherman my freshman year, so I said, nah, I'm good.
But y'all want
to my senior year, all my accomplishments, and I put them all on my jacket.
Sherrod, did y'all still have ID badges?
Yeah, but we didn't really necessarily use it like that.
No, so when me and my brother was in school, if you had a girl ID badge, that means that she was yours.
Yeah.
Wearing somebody else's ID
They gotta
badge
get that
was
girl in
thing.
trouble, not having an ID badge.
You know, hey, they wasn't as strict on ID badges like they was for y'all in school. Like you just needed it. You only needed your ID badge like if you need to check out something from the library or like for some shit at lunch. That was really it. Like they didn't really check it like, you know, are you supposed to be on campus type shit like they do now? Because you know, we ain't had the same problems that y'all was having in school with all
Yeah,
this,
y'all got metal
you know,
detectors
pow
and
shoot
shit now.
type shit.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, we didn't have niggas trying to shoot at our school. It was always we gonna fight hand to hand.
Yeah, fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you getting packed out if you thought he was gonna come up on the campus doing some weird shit. I ain't even gonna cap, bro. You got about 10,
and we stayed having fights at North
niggas.
Shore. Like it was a fight every other day.
Every other day, just ready to fight. Just a whole bunch of niggas with aggression. Just
I almost got in a fight on y'all campus.
I don't doubt it, man. Because you go to North Shore and somebody's just gonna press you for no reason, bro.
Well, I mean,
he went to the hill and he was a literal minority.
Yeah, I understood at this point now, due to the fact that because of that reason there, you know, because we end up playing on football and they end up saying, you know, you act like one of the white folk, you know, whatever like that. I'm like, boy, shut up, you know, God, I wasn't born and raised in the hill, so I wasn't like the other black folk that was in there.
They treat
you like the other niggas. It's actually been like, I'm not one of them other niggas, you know. So
they actually let him in the big house.
Yeah, but so I ended up pushing dude. I was just getting mad at the game. So and we got an ass whoop. Not gonna lie, we put a good fight, but we got.
I mean, you did you think you was gonna win?
My heart did.
Your heart
don't matter at North Shore.
My heart did. My heart.
North Shore ripped that shit out your body.
Man, I had scored 3 touchdowns on them, and just didn't touch a dent. Not even a dent on them. But all right, we could
the score was 96-21.
Yeah, their coach had the nerve to come out after the game. Man, y'all was the hardest team we played this season.
Oh, we would have fought after that.
I'd have slapped
you. We would have fought after that because I know why you finna just sit here and disrespect me like that, gang. Like what?
That boy.
To give you some background, move. There was times where like North Shore would go like on winning streaks where we'd be undefeated for like eons, like, and the coach be like, "Man, y'all the hardest team we faced this year, and it's still a blowout." Like, really saying, fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much. And these white boys were eating it up. They were eating it up like, oh yeah, okay, we was working hard out there. I believe it. Had that shit, but nah, I knew exactly what it was. I was like, yeah.
You know who gave North Shore the hardest games they probably had? It was us in the first round of the playoffs. My freshman year, double overtime. Both teams was missing field goals. If we would have simply made one field goal, it would have been one of the biggest upsets in a long time.
Yeah.
Sophomore year, 3-point game. Junior year, we didn't play him junior year. Somehow we did not draw North Shore my junior year. It didn't make no sense. Senior year, we drew him again, and we lost by 7.
To be completely fair, though, North Shore put all of their stat points into football and just with zeros and everything else. We had like the highest teen pregnancies, the highest STDs. Motherfuckers was failing the tax.
Oh yeah, because we came after we was on North Shore head when it came to track season. Now,
yeah, we was only good.
They didn't want that smoke in track season, but neither did the Hill for that matter. The Hill didn't want that smoke either, even though they had them twins, and them twins was talking that hot shit, and then they got their ass smoked on that 4x1 and that 4x4. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, I don't listen. I don't forget nothing. I don't forget. Listen, let me tell you. Listen, Mulich. Let me tell you how disrespectful the Hill was. All right, mind you, you missed this part of the conversation. So Barbers Hill and Baytown Lee literally are in the same fucking city. One's in Baytown, one's in Mount Bellevue. Like literally in the same fucking city. All right. Anyway, so they had these 2 white boys, these twins. They thought they was just hot shit. I mean, they to a point where they posted it in the Baytown Sun. They got interviewed and said, "Oh, we're gonna have a good time. You know, we're gonna do this, that, and the third to leave when we see him, all this shit like that." So you know how, and Moo, you gonna love this next part. You know, we love bulletin board material. Ooh, yes, so we go to track practice, and we kids, we don't read the goddamn newspaper. So we go to practice, and coach got the whole team in the locker room, and he said, "Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit." Like, hold on, coach, you don't ever just start practice off like this. What's going on? So he hung it up and he said, "I want y'all to all come read this." So we go read this and we just like, oh, we finna dog walk these boys. I was like, nah. Because like, so for context, at this time, when Barbers Hill was talking that hot shit, Baytown Lee had the number 1 4x1 and the number 1 4x4 in the state at the time. We had just beaten North Shore 2 weeks prior to take the crown from them. We ran a 41-6 to beat North Shore for the number 1 4x1 in the state. This is not a game. You can look this up. When we talk about track and field, this is where I made my money. I wasn't a football star like everybody else, but track and field, something totally different. So when we took care of business in that regard, to see somebody like the Hill, we was like, hold on, y'all ain't even ran 42 yet.
So we was already like,
no, we kept track of times. Oh, we was watching times. We was all on times. So when they
talk to me.
Listen, no, it was so bad. We actually ran a PR that. I mean, we actually ran our first 40-point.
Come on, that's how back right now.
That's how irritated. That's how. Listen, and then I ran a PR on the 4x4 because I'm the first leg. Mind you, my coach had a rule for the 4x4. If you wasn't running at least a 50-point, you couldn't be on this 4x4.
Oh yeah, no, that's it.
I ran a 49.5 at this track meet. I PR'd. I said, and now mind you, remember I said I'm the first leg. If your first leg is running a 49.5, what the fuck you think the guys behind me was doing?
Come on.
I was like, the Hill didn't want that smoke. I had problems with Barbers Hill all through high school because I didn't like the way they talk. It wasn't Sherrod. Hell, I don't even remember them. I don't even remember there being a melanated guy at Barbers Hill when I was going through my 4 years. It was the mother folks that was talking, them colonizers, if you will. So we was on them colonizers' heads. We had to show them what a mutiny. We had to show them what a mutiny really looked like.
Now, Steve, that sounded like me when I ran the 400 at the CIF finals against the number 1 400 runner, quote unquote, in the state. Right now, everybody was talking shit. Now, I was virtually unknown. Okay, junior year, I wasn't a runner like that. I was focused on jumping and shit like that. Right. My coach and my best friend, shout out to my boy Mike Dub, really pushed me to be a sprinter. Right now, CIF's, you feel me, track finals. Right, everybody talking shit. First of all, they disrespected me, GQ. They disrespected the fuck out of me. I was one of the fastest runners in the state. Okay, you know what lane they put me in, bro?
Don't say lane 7,
bro.
They put you in lane 7.
They put me in lane 7, bro.
Real track runners understand
what lane 7 does.
God, bro.
Now, mind you, I was coming off my fastest time running a 49.6, right? Same time you ran, right? Now, they put me in lane 7. My coach looks at me from the stands, and he's already shaking his head. He tells me, I'm reading his lips. He's like, I know, just run. Verbatim, that's what he said. I'm pissed the fuck off, okay? I get out, and I'm seeing all of these niggas, they run. You know how 400s go, right? Everybody want to run. Everybody want to do their sprint thing, right? And I'm just sitting here like, oh, I'm going to leave all y'all niggas. Hold on, wait, I'm going to leave every single one of y'all. Y'all are slow. Y'all are legit slow. Because I was pissed off, right? We come around the curve, and I see first place. I see Ramon. His name was Ramon Bridges, right? I'm like, oh, this nigga is pretty close, right? As I'm catching up to him, I'm hearing my coach running from the other side of the stadium. You got him, Devontae, go. He's a short-ass white dude. I swear to God, bro, Country's Hill. The nigga was hilarious, bro. I swear to God. He's running around through juking motherfuckers, bro. It's the craziest thing ever, right? So we coming down. It's like probably 10, 15 meters left. And like a Noah Lyles type thing, I end up beating it, right? Get the whole interview and all kind of shit like that, right? Bro was talking mad shit like, oh, it was a fluke, right? All the kind of shit like that. We meet again at state. Not only did I PR on his ass, I dusted him by 50 yards. 48.64. Fastest time in school history.
Smoke City, USA.
Literally. Walked by his camp, walked by his little training camp where all his coaches was, and flashed my first gold place medal. Like, yep, this is supposed to be yours, big dog. Appreciate you, though. Put it in my pocket and left.
Listen, I understand all my basketball players, my football players, all that other stuff. Like, listen, let me explain. Let me just listen. When you're on varsity track and you're really good, and you come back to school off of a Friday varsity track meet with 2, 3, 4, 5 medals around your neck, ain't nothing.
You can't say
ain't nothing. There is no bigger big dick energy statement than that.
Nah.
Because first of all the females want to wear your medals. You're like, nah, baby, you ain't earned this. You ain't nah. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, when you show up on campus like that, you know, and it's not just one of y'all. It's like 3, 4, 5, 6 of y'all from the track team that's all, you know, medaled up. It's like, listen, this ain't what you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really do this around here.
We really does this.
So like, those are the good days. We like it's cool to reminisce. I enjoy it. I loved it. I had a great time. Like if I could ever go back, that's the only thing I want to go back to track. I want to do shit else. Well, I lied. Track and choir, because the field trips and the traveling and everything else, hanging out with DJ Micah B at region and state and all the other competitions that we all used to go to. Because me and him went to rival schools. So we always seen each other at all these events. So we was always linked up. So told y'all, me and DJ Micah B go way back. Like folk flats on a 6'4" caddy, baby. Like we way back, baby. We do it. We've been kind of joined at the hip since we was like elementary school. But to go back to the let's we talked about freshman year and somewhat tiptoed on the prime years, if you will. But we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna start with Outlaw, because Outlaw he chomping at the bit just a little bit.
What's up?
So Outlaw, after you done went through this transition, freshman year, sophomore year, you trying to figure your style out, figure your swag out, figure out who you are for the most part at this stage of your career. Senior year, 2008 going into 2009. What's the feelings? What's the wardrobe? Like, what's the mindset going into senior year for you?
Man, I was a totally different person, dude. I hated school at that point. I didn't want to be there. I started like doing alternative stuff, bro. I was listening to like punk rock and heavy metal. Like I started shopping at Hot Topic, wearing stud belts, skinny jeans, had the wallet chains, wearing Vans and such, bro. Like I did not want to be there anymore. So I started skipping school, bro. I had good grades, but bro, I tell you, if I made it past lunchtime and still was on campus, I had a test that day. Other than that, bro, like if I didn't have to be there, I was not going to be there. I was skipping school and going all the way to Deerbrook Mall or at my homeboy house smoking weed and shit. We was not at school, bro. Like that's I don't even know how I graduated, but I did. I got A's and B's, and I wasn't even there to get them A's and B's, but I did it.
No, that's good shit. All right, Sherrod, let's talk to it. 2013 going into 2014. What's the mindset? What's the fit game look like? Like how we feeling? We know we finna graduate.
I was actually looking for the picture on Facebook right now. I kind of think I took a picture. Yeah, so I end up adapting this suit into my wardrobe, into school. I was that guy that pop up with a vest on, with the black shirt, with the red tie, straight all black with the red tie. Just had that splash of color.
Oh, okay, boy, so you dressing like Calvin, dressing like Calvin Candy one time.
Boy, was dapple. Boy, I was stepping out when I put that on right there. Hey, when you look good, you got to, neck roll, hit the shoulder, a little shimmy. Yeah, that's how it was back then. That was. I wore a suit every Friday, that game day almost. Yeah, that's how it was.
Okay, so I'm just tripping because like in 2014, bro, I was in corporate America already. I was working an actual adult job, bro. This nigga getting ready to go to school. I'm over here getting ready to go to work. I gotta look at spreadsheets.
Hey. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault.
Gotta do accounts receivables and accounts payables. Make sure these invoices get out.
Listen,
this man gotta make sure you just get on the bus on time.
Hey, even if I didn't get on the bus on time, I was walking a hell of a long way.
Oh shit! So Jess was a year before him. So class of 2013. All right, we're gonna. All right. So 2013/14. As just like Outlaw, I was in corporate America. I was working for the government already. I had actually came off of my first trip across the pond, as we like to say. I had purchased house number 1 at this time. Was in my first extremely long-term relationship. Had my first housewarming party. Had my first adult pajama party.
You was like on your third car by that point.
I sure was on my third car at that time. I was driving my BMW, 1991 BMW 5 Series, aka the James Bond BMW.
You had that one body for a type. Long time. That you had that one for a minute.
That was when I tell you that was my baby. Had the sunroof, had the black leather. Like, man, that was arguably my favorite car. I mean, BMW is my favorite car in general, but the fact that I was able to purchase one. Also, the car I got pulled over the most in because, being melanated with a BMW. It just, even though it was an old BMW, but still, I drove that thing till the wheels almost literally fell off. I did not want to get that car up. Listen, I felt untouchable in that car. Like, them old BMWs was beautiful, man. Like, got that car for $2,800. That car had 110,000 miles when I bought it. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd have walked off with that too. Yeah, no, you can't tell me nothing.
No, you couldn't. That was my car in college. I'm pulling up to college in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, you couldn't know. I was unstoppable.
I mean, it's not bad because I think 2013, most cats are still driving the '08 Impala or
I never
Camry.
had. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Or who had an Acura
Nope.
or a Sentra?
Honda.
I didn't drive a Honda until right before COVID. Because I had first car was a 87 Crown Vic, square body. It was cream on the outside, maroon leather on the inside. Had 12s in the trunk with the 10-inch sub. That was my tank. Never forget that. I bought that with the first time Uncle Sam broke me off with a nice little bonus. I bought that immediately, $1,200. Your boy Mr. GQ has never owned a brand new car. Never. He don't buy brand new cars. Never has. It's just not my thing.
Smart man.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. I hate having a car note.
Listen, it's 2024. I'm currently driving the newest car I've ever owned, and it's a 2016. It's the newest car I've ever owned.
It's a smart man right there.
Yeah. There were more important things for me, like having a house and other things. I mean, I also got a 2003 truck that I'll be driving too. That's my project truck. I'm hitting that age of my life where I wanted to have that project truck. And if you're like me and you watched a lot of these old school like military movies and stuff like that, where you just retire, you got the old truck, you just pull the cover off, you just jump in that thing and ride off. Yeah, that's like a mental dream that I've always had. So when I was able to buy this truck during COVID for every bit of $1,700, I absolutely did. You see the trend here? I don't really spend a lot of money on cars.
You don't spend a lot of money on cars.
Like my 2016, now that was the most expensive car and the newest car because it was 10.5, but it also only had 55,000 miles on it when I bought it.
Oh, that ain't bad at all.
Dude, what you mean? That's a steal. I stole that motherfucker off the lot.
Literally.
Like I might, like I'm not gonna break my rule my next vehicle, but my next vehicle will come from like CarMax or some shit like that. Like it's gonna be as close to new as it's gonna get type of situation. Cause I just be buying from car lots. Like I'm one of them. I go to the car lot, I test drive, I pop the hood, I do all the shit. And I did that on purpose because an outlaw knows this because he went through a lot of this same stuff too. We have owned some vehicles where we've had to call our father and help us out with some shit. But you need those lessons. Why? We are now fathers. At some point, our daughters and our sons will be driving and they're going to have these similar issues. Cars are going to break down or whatever the case might be. And you want to be able to fix these things. Outside of the routine, changing a tire, possibly changing an oil, you got to be able to change some brakes, especially with how complicated these fucking cars are now. Electric cars and all this other crazy shit. First of all, if a kid owns an electric car, we just got to go to the mechanic. I'm gonna short the whole car out.
No, I mean having nothing but hand-me-down cars for like 10 years straight, you learn something, bro.
You learn a lot.
Sure do.
And YouTube is your best friend.
Yeah, I had an 03 Mustang, and then now I have an 09 Honda Civic. So both of them.
That boy said, 09 Civic. I did not know you were so cultured, my man.
But nah, these cars are, make me a man. I did really, especially that Mustang. The Mustang, yeah. I've been putting in some work on that thing.
I didn't want to get rid of the car I had before my youngest was born because I had the 08 Honda Accord red 2-door. That was, man, I felt so good in that car. But I was like, listen, it's a 2-door car with leather, and I'm about to have a newborn child. I'm not going to be getting in and out of that car, out of a 2-door car with a car seat and a kid. I was like, damn.
In Texas?
Texas?
Nah. My favorite car that I had a 08 Honda TC, I think. Scion TC. It was blue. I had it from like '08 all the way up until like 2018, 10 years. Man, broke my heart when it broke down for like the fifth
Yeah.
time.
Hey, but I like the whip you. I like the whip you got now though.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
It's a good look. You got a
It's
good
a
dad
family
mobile.
car.
You got a
Yeah,
good dad mobile. That's what you need. A good dad mobile.
it's
Not a
got
soccer mom van, just a dad mobile.
it's a damn mobile for sure. 'Cause I got like French fries and crayons and shit all on my
Oh
back seat.
yeah. Oh,
Okay, so Jess was a bookworm.
that wasn't me. I started reading
Okay,
books
using the teacher
last year.
program where only attending school half the day, the other half. Okay.
Oh, she was lit.
So
She was doing
my
some
my
time.
follow up
Yeah.
question is so
No.
Jess, are you a teacher now, Jess? Because that sounds like you was laying the foundation to be a teacher.
She was doing some things.
I let her answer.
No, I like that. Like,
No, that's dope. Like that's
Yeah.
really dope. And then you was brave being a senior and you was teaching the elementary kids. That's brave.
Yeah. And I never heard of that program. I heard of like the work,
Yes.
program. They go
we
to work
had
and come
two
to school.
programs when I was in school. It was like you can either do college credits, which I
Mhm.
did. I went to San Jack, or you can just dead ass start working.
Yeah,
like
nowadays we
regular-
call that early. We call it early college high school now
Yeah.
because it was dual credit for us and
It was dual
AP
credit for
classes
us.
and all. And now you have a whole early. Like we used to have to go. Some of our kids would go to elite college and do their college classes, but now they got a whole early college high school campuses like everywhere.
Yeah.
Like-
Like Impact. It's called Impact, right?
Impact, yeah.
Yeah.
Impact was built years after I graduated, but like even like for my full-time job, like a lot of these HISD schools and stuff, they have like a early college high school on campus. It's like how we used to have freshman centers. It's like early college high school campuses on the main campus. So I was like, they done changed the whole game. Like it's getting crazy out here. Let's see.
Let's
Hold on.
talk
What you
about
say?
I'll change my profession. Kids differently now. Yeah.
Big facts.
Oh,
Big
she
facts, big
liked the
facts.
rest of it. She worked for corporate America. Okay, I feel that.
I don't blame her.
Oh shit! Hey.
Let's talk about how some of these schools
feel
was
it,
kind of
though.
bougie because like Bel Air High School had a Chick-fil-A in their cafeteria. We just had a
Yeah.
regular lunch line.
That's what I say. We got tacos from the cafeteria lady.
I like
I
the
would-
Bosco's
Hey,
too.
now we got tamales from the cafeteria later now.
You feel me? Little sliders and shit from the cafeteria lady and shit, bro. Like,
Hey,
what
the
fuck?
hot
We
and
got Chick-fil-A.
spices though.
Okay, she's I want to be an art. Okay, a woman with culture can't
I
beat
think
that.
everybody wanted to be something different in school. Then they got to actual real world
Yeah.
adulting, and it was like, nah.
See, I had a kid.
No,
That's what changed minds.
For the what I wanted to do when I got out of high school, I'm kind of doing, and I'm also gearing the rest of my schooling towards it. So it's I'm for the most part doing what I wanted to do. I learned my junior year that I wasn't going to do what I thought I was going to try to do, which was go to the Olympics and be an Olympic athlete. And then I started looking at how much money they make, and I was like, yeah, this ain't really gonna be.
They don't make any money.
And I'm like, nah, this ain't really gonna be the move.
To be completely fair,
So
you went to Lee High School and you didn't become a processing technician or work at Exxon.
this is true.
Big
This
facts.
is true.
Big facts.
I did not do that. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
We
They had
had
a Chick-fil-A, Subway. What the? Oh,
Where-
okay.
Where did you live at?
highfalutin self.
What the heck?
We had Chick-fil-A biscuits every Friday for breakfast and a smoothie kit. What the fuck?
What is going on here? Smoothie King, Chick-fil-A, Subway. Like I said, we got sliders from the cafeteria lady. And I
Yeah, I
used
had
to
those.
We had the lunch double decker church elbows with
Come
all
on,
the
like-
yeah, and she whip up the work.
Oh, she went to
Oh,
Allen.
She went to
That
That
Allen.
makes sense.
Like,
That
I'm-
makes sense.
I'm trying to
Allen,
say,
aka money and more money.
Yeah, that's crazy thing because Barbers Hill ended up getting their coach from over there to come over here.
Oh,
So
you can't say too much. Y'all had money. Y'all literally got oil
I
and
didn't have
gas
that.
money at the hill.
I did not have that money. I didn't have that money.
Y'all
I
had
had-
oil
I
and
had
gas money
school-
since I was
Mm-mm.
in high school.
They probably had a whole
I didn't
brand
see
new
it.
computer room. We had hand-me-downs.
I didn't see it. But now the school, if y'all go look by Barbers Hill, look like right now.
Trust me, I know all
Yeah.
about it. Look, she said
Not the
North
North
Side, Georgia.
Don't stop. Hey, shit.
That new skating was crazy.
Oh, she went to the same school as Quavo.
So I've actually been to Atlanta, and when I first got there, I was like, "What's there to do around here?" They're like, "Oh man, there's plenty to do. Just don't go to the north side during the daytime, during the nighttime. Just don't go to the north side at all." And I went just because I'm hard headed, and I was like, "They was right. I got no business being over here."
Mhm. He ain't lying. He's absolutely not lying. First thing I had when I went to Atlanta, they said don't go to the north side. What I do? Take my ass to the north side.
I mean, we say the same thing if you come over here to visit Texas. We tell you stay away from the southwest side.
Yeah,
Lo and behold, myself and Outlaw have spent some quality time in the southwest side.
Yeah. Well, we know about the southwest side, you know.
But if you're not from here and you travel to Houston, please don't go to the southwest side.
You do not belong. If there was a street that had if there's a neighborhood and they got an MLK street, you don't belong there.
Thank you.
If you listen, don't go to the southwest side. Don't go to sunny side. And stay away from Cullen. Stay away from 865, also known as Cullen. Stay away. Don't just if you over there, turn the other way. Like South Park, don't be in South Park. A-Leaf, you might be all right.
It depends.
Don't be in A-Leaf at night. And then same with Third Ward, you know, but that's also where U of H is at too. So it's like kind of like
so you gotta be right
if you're there because you want if you're in school, you good. But if you're not there because you in school, you probably shouldn't be over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
hold on. She said, "Oh wait, just from Sunnyside."
Not the same Sunnyside. I promise you that.
From a different different Sunnyside. Okay.
Ain't nothing sunny in our Sunnyside at all.
Hell to the no. The Sunnyside sign is depressed. Look, anything with a side, just don't go.
You say your grandma stay over there by Sunnyside, so you should be all right.
Oh yeah, you good. You got family over there.
You got family over there.
You safe. Yeah. We just talking about strangers. If you like if you come from Wisconsin, stay away from all them areas we just listed. Because one, you're gonna stick the fuck out. Anyway.
Don't go to OST, don't go to Dowling, don't be on Emancipation Boulevard. It wouldn't call it Lord at one point.
If you stay away from Emancipation, stay away from Navigation.
No. They got some good food on Navigation.
Yeah, but don't be on Navigation at night because you might get robbed by a homeless person.
I'm just saying, if you want
if you want to go buy a quality mattress, now you can go over there to Texas Mattress Makers over there off of Navigation. Now you can go do that, but again,
if you go to Bel Air and the signs go from English to Chinese, you've gone too far down.
A little bit too far.
I mean, if you go to Bel Air and people start asking you for favors, you know, you might want to be careful.
You don't belong on Beach Nut or Bissonnette.
Lord help, not Bissonnette.
Hey, you need to make some money. Go ahead and go to Bissonnette.
Nah, if you gonna spend some money if you go to Bissonnette, you ain't gonna make no money.
Nah,
you gonna be over there doing some Deshaun Watson type shit over there.
You don't got no business on Little York or Airline.
Now you can go to Hardwin if you want to get your discount on some dresses and some shoes. You know,
trying to figure out why is there so many streets in Houston that we cannot go?
I mean, you can.
Houston big as fuck. Like Houston big as fuck. Like there are certain sides of Houston you just kind of got to be weary of.
And it's all around. It's not just one particular side.
What's crazy is that all them streets we just named. There's a very extremely safe street over there called Kirby.
Yeah.
And Richmond.
Shepherd.
Parts of Westheimer.
Parts.
I did say parts. I said parts of Westheimer. Then there's parts of Highway 6.
Mm-hmm.
Washington Ave, Main Street, San Jacinto, Dallas, Caroline. Keep going. Like these are areas.
I'm gonna say this about Washington. If you step off of Washington, you might not step back onto it. As long as you're on Washington, you're okay. But if you take that side street to find parking, you might not come out.
Yes, that's pretty accurate actually. Look, riding horses. The only place where I see people riding.
That sounds like
that's some like Sunnyside shit.
Home. That's Acres Home.
Acres Home and Sunnyside.
Yeah.
Because Slab Sundays on MLK was a whole event right there. Like you know it's something when the cops can't even do nothing about it. Oh, that
Ooh,
was
I
great.
love black people though. I love black
Since
people.
we reminiscing though, I'll never forget. I think I told this story before. I was 14 years old, freshman year of high school. My brother over here take me to a beach party, but not just any beach party. It was the beach party. We lied to our parents and everything, talking about we're gonna be playing video games all weekend. No, we was out there seeing and doing things that we had no business doing.
Yes, sir.
So for my Texas folk that are familiar, I took my little brother to Kappa. Before Kappa changed. Kappa, what you see now is not what it was. Like back in the day, Kappa was a whole other thing.
It was like freak neat.
Yeah, yeah.
Now imagine being 14 years old out there seeing some
Maximum exposure.
maximum exposure. We should have been at home playing goddamn Splinter Cell and Call of Duty, but no, this man took me down
Nah,
there.
we was out there watching the splits.
I was gonna say I was watching the Splinter Cell, but
Because listen, let me tell you how wild that night was. That night was so wild that there was a dude that got jumped, and there was another dude that was running from the cops on horseback that ran into a convenience store and got overrun by about 10 cops. They beat that dude ass and drug him out the damn convenience store. Now,
That sound like a fun night.
listen, we pulled up to Kappa in a soccer mom van, first of all. Because we was rolling deep. It was about 7 of us. We was rolling deep.
It was about 5 of us. I want to say it was
So
5.
here's the wild part. I'm about to, I love full circle shit. So before we even got to Kappa, we was joyriding. And we ended up in Mont Bellevue. And we drove and found this place called the Plantation on Cotton Bayou.
Why you do that? Why you go over there?
Because first of all, we didn't know
that
it was there. We was just joyriding, and we was like, "Wait a minute,
you didn't see no street lights. I know you didn't see no street lights.
No, this was during the day. This was pre-Kappa activities. So it was broad daylight, and so me and the driver at the time, Ace, one of our boys, we was like, so mind you, okay, when my brother was talking about him being 14, right? This is back when when the South was doing that hip hop thing. So, Walk It Out, Two Step, all these songs were still really hot. So we drove through this neighborhood and we was just chilling. And then we finally saw a melanated family. We was like, oh shit, a melanated family lives on the plantation on Cotton Bayou. So we had a dare. So every time we got to a stop sign, we played a song and everybody had to get out and dance.
Oh no.
Why would you do that?
Kind of dumb shit that we did. We was young.
These people.
I knew as soon as you said plantation, I knew where it was going. Oh,
these are the pre-TikTok days, okay? The pre-TikTok
If people think the kids is dumb nowadays, we was already dumb back then, 20 years ago.
We just didn't record the dumb shit. We
were just retarded. Yeah.
Listen, if we had Snapchat, me and my brother would have got our ass whooped because we the show got caught smooth the fuck up. But we didn't, so we're good. But anyway, so we did that, and then we get to Kappa. And went from light to dark immediately. Because when we got to Kappa, boy, it was live. We got us a nice little spot on the seawall, perfect parking spot. Didn't even have to move the van. We was set. We sat on the roof, and you just watching everybody drive by, girls twerking, doing all the wild shit, the flash, and the normal things that happen at Kappa. And like I said, bringing my 14-year-old brother at the time, he was just like shell shocked. He was like, oh shit, it's a lot of ass and titties going on over here. I was like, yeah, welcome to Kappa. Now, this is my third time going to Kappa at this point. I'm a seasoned veteran to this event because I didn't get to go to Mardi Gras like a lot of people, so we go to Kappa. That's just how we make up for it. So, needless to say, my brother had a good time. He forgot about the video games pretty quick.
Very much quickly.
We was exploring
very much quickly.
It was a trip for science. Okay, it was for science.
Right. There is a part of the story that we may have to leave out because it's just. I know we have a disclaimer. But it just what is it? No children under 17 allowed.
I already know which part of this story. I worked hard to not even allude to that part of the story because that disclaimer that Outlaw is talking about. This one right here where it says the show is not intended for children under the age of 16. There will be adult language and content show, so viewer discretion is advised. We're not going to tell that story. I just want to make sure that disclaimer is out. That story is for like gentlemen's talk after dark. That's the best way to say it.
I'm
that
curious.
Is the best
like what Jess said. I need to know now. I need to know.
If y'all want a story time, I will give my side of the story, and my brother gonna give his side of the story.
Hey, that's a backstage story for sure.
All right. Hey, listen.
No, I went on air.
So
Put it
me
out
and my
there.
brother.
Yeah, I want to know.
No,
Put it
we're
out
gonna
there.
talk about. We're gonna talk about it. So me and my
You
brother have a very
wild.
good relationship. I can tell you, in my entire life, I've only ever been genuinely pissed off at this man maybe about 3 times, and this is one time I've been pissed off at this man. So there's some background to this story. So me being young and impressionable, 14 years old, seeing things that I'd never seen before,
Mm.
we meet up with some lovely ladies, and I find myself smitten with one of them, just very much just enamored.
Okay, so then, okay, words.
Yeah, words.
Hey, watch Game of Thrones. You'll learn.
So it's about 4 of them, and maybe about 5, 7 of us, whatever. I didn't care about the ratio, the odds, or the numbers, or whatever. I just knew that I had my one. And she was like, "We got a room. Y'all come back with us." I'm about to. Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
say less.
Say less.
I'm in the dough.
So they take us back to their room, and it's already 4 niggas in there plus R5 with 4 girls. And I was like, I don't even care about the numbers. I don't care about the proportions or the ratios. I already know what I came here for. My brother be like, nah, we going back to the van. We forget about this. We're not going to compete with these niggas for this. I was like, what do you mean compete? What do you mean? We can all take turns, brother. What do you mean? So I could have lost my virginity in a fucking blaze of glory. This nigga like, nah, let's go home. So we go back to the van with no bitches and just sitting there. Had to go to sleep in the fucking van. I'm healed now, but like
just mad,
Oh,
just pissed off.
quiet over here.
So, for context, because there are parts of the story that need to be filled accordingly.
that's my start of the story.
Yes. So this is where one of the few instances in my life where I had to be the guardian big brother. I'm not an overprotective big brother. I am 100%. I would rather you fall on your face, learn your lesson, call me afterwards, and we cool type of scenario. That's just me. So these 4 smitten women that he was so enamored with, I know them very well. Why? Because we all went to the same high school. These are familiars, if you will.
They went from
And these familiars were notorious for.
Nigga.
So these familiars were notorious with the calculator days. So if you graduated high school in the 2000s prior to 2010, you're going to understand what I'm about to say. The calculator being the 304s. So basically the 304s, the neighborhood doorknob, the neighborhood bicycle, whatever phrasing you want to use. So me being the guy that I am, I'm like, hold on. I already know how this scenario is going to play out. And then we get to this room, and it's 4 of these 4 individuals, which again are familiars. I know these 4 individuals. 2 of them I am not very cool with in the first place. One of which I actually got into an altercation with, aka beat his ass. So I was already seeing the writing on the wall that this was going to turn into a brawl that I was not trying to deal with. So I had peep game, we locked eyes, and I was like, shit, we about to do this shit again. I was like, all right, we got to fix this. So I was like, we not finna be here. Now, that was the second reason why we left. I didn't really give a fuck if we was going to have to fight. I was more concerned about the first reason. I couldn't remember which one of these 304s that it was, but one of them was notorious for burning motherfuckers. And I did not want my young impressionable brother to have any kind of blaze of glory, in this case, just a blaze of any kind of lasting memory of a moment like that. So I got us out the picture.
For your first time too?
That man, look,
that boy saved your life.
he might have. He probably did. I didn't know any better. But just in my mind, 14 years old, very impressionable. I thought my brother hold me.
And I can see when you tell the story the way you told the story, 100% why you would see that. But you didn't see it through the lens of Big Brother. And me knowing all 8 of the people in this scenario, because we all went to the same high school. So I was like, yeah, I know how this scenario gonna play out. It ain't gonna be pretty. So
I mean, in hindsight, 4 of them and 9 of us, that is a kind of bad ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers do not look good.
Listen, I have no problems. I gotta preface this the right way. I have no problem being a member of the Eskimo brother community, right? But there's got to be levels to this. And in that particular instance, there were 4 Eskimos I ain't want nothing to do with. That's the way I'm gonna word that. There's a reason why it's called Eskimo brothers and not Eskimos. All right. Eskimos are strangers. Eskimo brothers are not. That's why I'm gonna say it like that.
I mean, in the case of being Eskimo brothers, sometimes, right? And like GQ said, right? There ain't no problem with it. But sometimes the igloo is just a little crowded. Okay. I gotta get up out of there.
I can't extend my elbows.
I mean, in hindsight,
it's not as warm in this igloo as people thought it was, so I gotta exit.
So look, Jess, you're right. Y'all had calculator days after 2010s, but we had this very specific calculator that was discontinued in 2009 that we used to use to communicate these said messages like 304s and 8 with a bunch of zeros, IES type of scenarios.
Not that many zeros, but a
couple of zeros.
Couple zeros. Couple zeros.
But man, we was kind of wild anyways, because we had like teen dance halls that we would go to, like actual teen clubs.
Oh, we ain't even get into the southwest side of Houston stories because the time that we almost went to jail.
Yeah, like my childhood was lit. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, my childhood.
My childhood was boring compared to this shit.
Listen, that story was listen. My brothers. That story that we was just talking about is tame compared to some of the other high school shenanigan stories that we have. You ever been to a party where the walls start sweating? Needless to say, myself and Outlaw been to a couple of those where you show up with your shirt on with the wife beater underneath. And then when you leave, all you got on is your wife beater and possibly no shirt at all because of what was going on. Like this is the era of when your crew was tight and y'all could do the choreographed dances together with certain Houston songs that came out. You start rocking certain way together, y'all start vibing, and all the chicks like, oh snap, yeah. These days, like there was a lot of educational things going on from Big Brother teaching Little Brother and our at that time the hell we call him what's the term? Was he a stepbrother?
I mean,
is that what he was?
He was technically, our dad married his mom.
Yeah. Okay. So there was a lot of educating going on, trying to teach the young bucks. This is when we were rocking the famous shirts. We was going to PacSun, wearing Elements. This was that era.
What was it? DC and all that. Fox. Yeah. Times is different.
Look, they wild. They want to know what time the After Dark session.
Why?
Look, After Dark is in the works.
I'll just say that my college stories are worse than that Kappa story. Like
for shit, sure.
Once I started going to frat parties,
my post high school stories in general are just. Thank goodness we didn't have Snapchat and TikTok and these things.
I'm glad you took.
Actually, I lied. I kind of wish we did because some of us would probably be damn near millionaires right now.
Probably.
For shit,
sure.
You
put me on game early because we went partying when we were in our 15, 16 years old. So by the time I got to college, I was like, man, this is okay. We can drink legally now. But yeah, I've done this before.
I did it with both my brothers. Yeah, we was going to whole ass adult parties with alcohol at a very young age and being responsible.
And we had to walk home too.
We had to walk home.
We would get dropped off, but we always had to find a way back home.
Which typically meant we was walking.
Yeah, Daddy be like, "Oh, I'll take y'all up there, but you're not going to wake me up to get you back home."
I mean, but look, by the time we made that walk, we were sober when we got home.
Mm-hmm.
We sweat that shit out.
Yep.
Had to take a shower so we wouldn't wake up smelling like beer. Great time. Go. Or Everclear or Taka Vodka or whatever the fuck we was drinking at that time. Hey, look, you know why we had to talk when we was young. That's the only shit we could afford.
Yeah, I know.
Mad Dog 2020s.
Man, oh wow.
2020s, the 40s, man. Come on.
Listen, if you ain't lived until you had a 40 ounce of OE, dog.
Man, an OE or a mix.
The original recipe for Loco.
The original, that was high school for me. That was my senior year of high school when we was doing that. We pregame with that shit before we went to prom. And what was so dope about it is I was a vendor at the time for drink, the anti-energy drink. So I was selling the purple cans. So we was drinking the Four Loko and we was drinking the drinks. We was drinking the anti-energy drink and we was drinking the Four Lokos prior to going to prom. Yeah, that was good times. Good times.
I was gonna say, we did some wild shit back in the day. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Just think about it. Like I'm just really thinking, like, God, boys was coming to school with the bar pills and the orange juice.
Oh
Man.
Or just putting Everclear in water bottles and
Everclear in water bottles.
That's
Hey, listen,
understandable.
if you needed to pick me up, you go talk to one of the white boys in FFA, and they always had something in the truck. No, not that. We talking about alcohol. That's not a pick me up. That's a support.
Okay, in California, they got that.
Hold on.
They got
She said
got some.
how many? She said how many proms y'all went to? I went to 2.
Oh, I went to like 6.
Because like I went to 2.
6.
I went to 2, but I went to a ton of prom parties.
Yeah, I went to
far more prom
proms.
after parties.
2 were mine.
Like actual proms. Like I went to a lot of prom after parties. Yeah, that was
I went prom my freshman year, actually.
I feel bad for the kids who missed prom during COVID. Like,
they missed out on an iconic time. Because you only get one prom in your whole life. Like, one.
you technically like graduation, you get 6 of them.
Different.
Like, you gotta be that nigga.
Every time it was different, man. Every time.
Yeah,
every time was different. Yeah, every time was different.
I remember my second prom, one of the last songs they played was Journey. What, the Small Town Girl song? It was a weird song to go out to.
It was when at age, but if you think about it as an adult,
no, now,
it's different now.
It's fire ass song as an adult. That one in, like Sweet Home Alabama, Sweet Caroline, some fire ass songs. Good karaoke songs too. Good karaoke songs. If you're into that kind of
y'all graduations. I remember you went to my graduation. I remember you was there, but
I was there at your graduation forever, and your ass at the beginning of the alphabet.
During my graduation.
Your ass at the beginning of the alphabet. Your ass in the C's. I'm in the middle no matter what. I'm a K. I was in the middle of graduation no matter where the fuck I was at.
I'm an S, so that took forever.
I was waiting for a little bit.
Yeah. And you see, I went to a mixed high school. When I say mixed, I mean Black and Hispanic. So when we got to I hope we don't get canceled for this, but we got to the G's and the H's. That took a long time.
You had to get past the Aguilars.
So
we got past them. It was the Garzas, Hernandez's, Jimenez's. Like
to expand on that point, we went to a super mixed high school with Asians, the Indians, and the black people.
Oh, Jesus.
So understand something.
See,
when we got to the Asians and the Indians, and that's when I took my nap. I ain't even gonna lie to you. When we got to the Asians and Indians, that's when I was like, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and catch some Z's real quick because we're gonna be here for about an hour.
Yeah, because it was only like 5 or 6 J's and like 5 or like it was like 10 K's. Our part went by quick. It was the G's, the H's, the S's, the R's that went the longest for us.
Yeah,
and my graduating class was 698 kids.
I got 526 mine.
Mine was like 993. We were like,
no. Listen, that's small for North Shore.
But
the next year was over 1,000 for sure.
They average almost 2,000 juniors and seniors at North Shore now on the regular.
That's crazy.
They are a powerhouse 6A school.
I don't know if y'all did this, but like we had after graduation, we all went back to the school and got to go to the main event, and they shut it down just for
project.
Yeah, we did. Our project grad was at main event too.
Yeah,
the lock in. We was winning prizes and all that.
Until 6 o'clock in the morning.
Shit was called Project Grad.
Yeah, project graduation. We had to do fundraisers and all that shit all school year long to pay for that shit.
Our shit was called Sober Grad Night, and wasn't nobody sober in that motherfucker.
Wow. They put on the nose at that point, right?
So we skipped over
turn, boy.
So we was talking about prom, and we skipped over something very important, very iconic in the world of prom. No.
Oh.
senior skip day.
That was every day for me.
No, but you know specifically senior skip day after prom weekend.
My
Bro,
parents
that
will
was,
let me involved in that foolishness with you hooligans. Mm-mm.
Listen, my senior skip day was 2 motherfucking days. A lot of our graduating class didn't come back to school till like damn near Wednesday, and we got into a whole bunch of hot water, but we did not give a fuck. Our graduation class was locked. The rankings were done. The order was set. Like,
yeah,
because
they
our prom
messed
was
up.
like
Cause
our
like
prom was
once you
literally
pass
like
your
the
tax test, what you need to be in school for?
well, because like for us, prom was May 10th, and then we graduated the 28th. So
Oh wow.
what the fuck was
Yeah.
gonna happen?
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
days,
Nothing.
10 days. Like, fuck.
I'll say this though, at my school, there was already some girls who was on their second and third kid by senior year.
Shit. What? Yeah, we had a girl I graduated with my senior year. She had her third.
3 kids by your graduation is crazy.
Big crazy.
Hey,
Our,
but she
our
still
dad,
walked across. But she still walked across that stage.
shit, our dad was on 3 by the time he graduated.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy work.
Well, you did everything else, you might as well walk across the stage. That
I'm saying you might as well just get all the achievements at this point. Shit.
Yeah, all the stars. Come on now.
I thought it was normal, honestly, bro. I had my first pregnant classmate in 8th grade. I was like, I don't know why she was like that. I thought she was just fat, but she was pregnant.
I don't know if y'all remember when City Bayou CBJ they had that girl flush that baby down the toilet. Yeah, I was there for that.
I was in high school when that shit happened.
Yeah, I was there for that. Yeah,
I remember that
shit was crazy.
clear as day.
Clear as day.
That's like one of
7th grade,
like,
6th, 7th grade, 7th grade. Yeah.
Yearbook. It's in my storage somewhere.
My grandmother has it.
I have my storage probably somewhere.
I have that. I have I've got my high school yearbook, my graduation from my other profession. I have both of those yearbooks. They're both in storage somewhere.
Oh,
I paid that money for that yearbook.
I still had my prom suit for the longest time.
Hey, I did too. I had my prom suit for a hot minute.
I think mine might be at my grandma's house. Honestly,
my grandma might still have mine actually.
Yeah.
Nah, I ended up donating that suit, but I remember it because it was that suit was A1.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. So did.
I didn't really like my suits like that. I like my junior year.
I wasn't a big renter. I wanted to own my shit, so I didn't rent tuxedos. I didn't believe in none of that shit. I was like, nah, fuck that. Even like, that shit was for the birds. I was like, I'm gonna spend $500 on a tux.
Rent.
I might as well buy the whole suit.
Yeah.
For $500, I can buy 2 suits with shoes. If you knew the shops that we had,
Hey,
especially if you went to Sandy Center Mall.
Shout out to Suitology.
Hey, Suitology, baby.
Yeah,
$500. That's 2 suits. That's 2 full suits.
Get you right.
Hold on. She said I still got my prom heels.
Now I have a few, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of suits, a lot of ties and stuff like that. But in high school, I was like, yeah, no, I'm finna rent this joint. Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna give San Jack Mall his flowers because back when we was kids, it had the stores.
Oh yeah,
it did,
and the movie theater.
Perfect place to
go on. Perfect place to go on a date.
The anime store, the medieval store
had a Spencer's.
The suit store
had a
Google Hunt went crazy. The Google had Final Destination, not Final Destination. You had Final Fantasy,
Foot Locker, Foot Action.
The arcade was where all the girls was at.
Mm-hmm.
That power play.
Hey, power play before you go watch the movie.
Oh, yeah. And then it had like the Ferris wheel and the carousel.
The carousel.
Don't forget about the most legendary place, the famous Asian grill.
Oh man.
Oh,
I was gonna say the words, but I can't say it online.
Orange chicken with your bourbon chicken.
Hey, and funny thing is, the mall had Chick-fil-A before the rest of Baytown got
it did. That's wild. And now there's Chick-fil-A's every fucking where. But who had it first? Sandy Center Mall in Baytown.
And a little corner. It was a little hallway.
That's it.
Hey, that hoe was lit. But that hoe was lit.
Yeah. I couldn't have went to school in Texas. I'd have got in trouble too much.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You could have you couldn't have went to Mr. Gent school. They didn't made you cut your hair. But
I didn't have my hair in high school. I was clean cut.
Sorry, I couldn't say I
He's
couldn't
making a
let
joke.
I couldn't let that go.
Yeah,
I couldn't
he
let
got
that
you.
go.
Yeah, I didn't grow my hair back out until I got to college.
Nah,
If
my
you'd have went to
school.
either me or outlaw school, yeah, you'd have been
Did
you'd
y'all
been
have
wild.
the hidden stairwell?
Oh, for sure.
Shit, you
We didn't have
stairwell.
stairs in my school, but we
Oh,
had
Boy, we had a whole theater changing room on the upstairs. We could just go up there and lock the door.
no, that
the
theater
theater
room,
room
that the
was.
couch in there. No, 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 no.
Oh, so real quick backstory of why we keep saying that. So Mr. Gent went to the hill called Barbers Hill High School. So Barbers Hill High School had a controversy that happened a year ago, 2 years ago now. Sorry, where
No, both. Yeah,
both, last 2
yeah,
years, where a young melanated brother was on campus with dreads, and they tried to make this kid cut his hair. They said he couldn't go to this school because it violated the school dress code because of whatever the verbiage was. Kid didn't do nothing wrong. The second kid was way more outlandish than the first one because the second kid didn't have as long a dreads as the first one. The second kid really just had the twist. He had the twist. He ain't had a dread, but the first kid had the dreads.
So it was just a distraction at that.
Yeah, and I'm like, a distraction. So having a fucking Morgan Wallen fucking mullet ain't a distraction? Like the fuck?
Thank you.
But I digress. I'm not gonna get on this rabbit hole for that. That's just
to answer the question. Just a little tidbit.
Yeah. Needless to say, it was on the news. It was a big deal. In that scenario, as the parent, I would have just disenrolled my child and enrolled into another school. That's all. Because it's not worth fighting a school in a situation like that, because even if that kid wins that case, quote unquote, what's the backlash from that?
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, like that's and I hate to say it that way, but you have to think of it like that. Like you have to think in situations like that, or just in general, right? If you, for the ones of us that work in corporate America, if we're going through a litigation of some sort because of some right that we had that was violated or whatever the case might be, we win, but we lose. So what's the actual solution in that scenario? It's probably to change jobs, relocate, not transfer departments. Fuck that. Get the fuck out the corporation, or transfer me to your Hawaii location or some shit away from y'all, whatever, type shit. But it does you no good if you get when it gets messy. Now, if it's a disagreement over something that will blow over, that's one thing. But if it's something that goes into a litigation period, yeah, you might want to just remove yourself from the equation, because then they're gonna fire you on some dumb shit probably at some point.
Yeah,
and
any small thing that you
like
do.
the first time you show up or do something called no show because you whatever reason, they're like, oh, called no show, automatic termination, no severance package, you know how the corporate world do.
I got a question for y'all.
We had a dress code.
Because y'all got long arms.
Hey, no, listen, no, I'm gonna leave this comment up here for a second, because my teenager was dealing with this shit in middle school, because she was the tall friend in the group, and it's always the short girls. Remember when the TikTok pants was a thing? So my daughter was getting dress coded for it, but then like the other girls that was like 4 inches shorter than her, it was like no big deal. So I definitely get the height, the height thing. That's actually that's 100% true. Like, short girls can't wear shirts to show their belly because all their shirts are too damn small.
How? Shots fired at the short ones.
Yes. Or as we called them in high school, fun size.
Fun size.
I was going to ask y'all, why was the weird kid weird at y'all school? Every school had a weird kid.
So the weird kid at my school was weird, and he wasn't like your typical weird kid. It was just a kid that was weird because he made everybody nervous, because he was sorry,
that's not funny.
So because, right, this is why, and Moolage will understand this part very well. So being an athlete in school, there's different classifications of athletes. So like there's the upper echelon athletes, the ones that literally like feel like they shit don't stink, they walk on water, so they make fun of everybody. Then you got the hybrids in the middle, they hang out with pretty much everybody. Then you got the loners, ones who play like golf, don't really fuck with nobody. So I was a hybrid athlete. I hung out with everybody, which means I made fun of everybody equally. So, but as an athlete in general, we made fun of one group of people more than everybody else.
Was it the Naruto kids?
No, it was the JROTC kids. The fake ass military kids, because they always thought they was hot shit. On Fridays, they wear their little fake ass uniforms, get the haircuts and shit. Now, mind you, at my high school, we had Marine Corps JROTC. So, these not so melanated individuals, with the buzz cuts and all the shit like that. So we were just, there was this one kid, Mr. Tryhard. Called him, that's what we called him. We called him Mr. Tryhard. Because every time he showed up, uniform was pressed to the nine. I mean, my man looked like he was in the service. He did. I ain't gonna lie to you. But he thought he was just the shit. Thought his shit didn't stink, all this shit. And we was just like, somebody get their man. Like, we clowned him every chance we got. But then we had to think about it, like, wait. What if he's the one who does the thing? And we over here egging him on. You see, yeah, I got to, disclaimers, but I got to be careful with what I say. So I got to say it like that. But everybody knows what the fuck I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
But look, no, just for real. Listen, it's honestly in high school, it's boring only making fun of one group. It's so much easier to make fun of everybody. It's so much easier to make fun of everybody. Like, listen, all right, story time. All right, quick story before we continue on. This is one of the greatest moments of my high school roasting career. Because if you know anything about lunchtime, that is like prime roasting period. Like if you're not having roasting sessions, freestyle sessions, or whatever, you really wasn't at lunch. Okay, you wasn't having fun. So where me and the crew sat, we sat in the back of the cafeteria where we kind of see everything, see everybody. And then there was a group about 4 tables up of these females. Same group, these was the loud ones that wasn't very attractive, but was loud. And if they tried to send a friend, because my friend want to holler at you and get all offended when you said, nah, I'm good, that group. So everybody understands why we do. So there was an individual. Boy, I'm gonna go to hell for this story, but I can't. I gotta say it. So the problem with this story is the victim in question, the one who got dismantled. Her name was Sky. That was the first.
You couldn't even blur the name.
This story is necessary, very necessary.
Straight to the head, like
very necessary. Because first of all, that's what she looked like. She came from. It looked like she was cut out the sky because she wasn't small. The sky was built like an excursion. Okay, so
that excursion.
The excursion is crazy.
So she would never. She just was always like this. Like it was annoying. So like one day she had said something to me and it irritated the hell out of me. I was like, you know what? I said, fellas, I got an idea. And we're very musical. So I said, we about to do something. I said, listen, we're probably going to start a fight after this. Just understand. But I need y'all to rock with me real quick. So this is when a very popular song was out by Kanye West called Jesus Walks. So being the musical people that we are, and when she walked, I can't even get the story out. It's so fucked up, but it was so funny. So I knew I had her shit down to a science. I knew when we got to the cafeteria and we sat down, I knew exactly, for the most part, when she was going to come around the corner. So I had this shit masterfully planned out. So when she came around the corner, me and my boy Daniel, we used to know just boom, 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 boom. And then my boy DJ, ooh, and then we started hitting it on the table. And she knew we was talking about her. So when that shit happened, she had a blue slushie. I'll never forget it. And she threw that fucking blue slushie at us. I cried for the rest of the fucking school day. That shit was so funny. I was like, why did we do this? But our little group, we called ourselves the asshole crew. So we was 100% living up to the name and being assholes in this moment, but I couldn't help it because she had it coming. And that's why I said I make fun of everybody equally, because if you roasted me, prepare for what's finna happen, because I'm dropping bombs. And I don't care what group you're part of, the emo crew, the theater kids, the choir kids, the football kids. I don't give a fuck what crew you would use with the kickers, which is what we used to call the FFA kids, which we had another acronym for what FFA stood for. We're not going to talk about that on the air because that's disrespectful. So everybody got it equally, at least for me. I didn't give a fuck. You was a skater boy, you got it. I didn't give a fuck. You was a hood boy, you got it the same. especially if you was a hood boy, because y'all thought y'all was the hardest on scene. I was like, nah, fam, finna get you.
I know where your mama stay, your grandma stay, all them.
Yeah, especially when y'all was over there rocking them fake ass grills, and then the ones who couldn't afford it was taking the gum wrapper and wrapping that shit on their teeth, making it look like they had a grill type shit. I was like, nah.
Out of all the kids that went to my school, and mind y'all, I had the biggest class out of all of y'all. Only one kid became a rapper out of all them kids, and that was Kurt Cobain.
Yep, Kurt Cobain.
Okay, Kirko.
Yeah, y'all didn't know that. Yeah, Kirko went. Yeah, he went to school with Kirko.
Yeah,
I used to hoop with Kirko. I hooped with him at Gene Green Park over there by North Shore High School. Like we used to all hoop.
A lot of people used to hoop with Kirko.
Yeah, because I worked with a lot of his classmates. Because I worked at that academy over there by his school. So like, yeah, and then
I didn't hoop with Kirko, but I played games with Kirko one time. That's my claim to fame. I actually played fucking Halo with him one time.
Well, same thing, right? We had one person that turned out to be a famous rapper. Pretty sure everybody knows her, and it's Sweetie.
Oh yeah, that's Sweetie.
Okay.
Who? I thought you said famous rapper. You niggas laugh. I'm fucking lost. Who is she?
I know who she is. Your reaction is really what got me. Like I know who she is, but
shit. The girl is in the chat. She is.
I'm gonna let you look her up. You can be.
Yeah.
Listen. I can tell you this without making a single joke. She's better than anything that the Sexy Red is. I'm gonna say it like that.
That's not hard to do.
I know.
Yeah, like that's an accomplishment. That's
in this particular instance, it is.
What she rap about? The same shit.
That's my type.
So yeah, there she go.
Yeah, there she go. That's my type.
That's my type. You've heard the song. That's why we know. That's my type. You've heard the song before.
I don't listen to bullshit.
Oh, you've heard because you've been on TikTok. That's why I know you heard the damn song.
I don't be on TikTok. I be looking at motivational speeches on TikTok. I be listening to goddamn music on TikTok.
Motivational speakers and women shaking their ass.
Goddamn ruckus.
That's my type. I thought that was Doja Cat. They're not the same person. Oh shit!
Oh Lord! We're gonna have to look, Moolage. I'm gonna let you take care of that in the chat with some YouTube videos, some Spotify links, or something. You got that? I'm gonna let you have that. But yeah, good times. Good times.
Oh my god!
Oh look, another one. See, look, another one. That's my best friend.
That's Doja.
That one is Doja, ain't it?
That's both of them.
That's both.
The both of them.
The feature is because isn't it Doja's song with her as with Sweetie as the feature, or is it?
I don't want to leave. I don't want to do my.
I know they're both in that song
today. I know they're both in the song.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, goddamn Lotto from Glorilla, from Ice Spice to Sugar Spice to I don't.
Everything nice. You for everything nice.
You know, he said that, and it made me think about a throwback to when we was in high school, and it was Ice JJ Fish.
Oh, something about you.
Look, the Temu version of Drake.
No, not Ice JJ Fish, dog. God damn, that's crazy.
Oh shit. That boy tried his hardest, boy. That was he was one of the origin stories of auto-tune needed to be happening.
You know what? Speaking of,
he would have had some bangers if he had auto-tune.
T-Pain really put out some great music when we was growing up.
Listen, T-Pain still put out great music.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm more upset that people really thought that man couldn't sing.
Man,
that's what I'd be like. I was like, hold on. But that's how you knew who didn't know nothing about like music and like other. I'm like, listen, that's how I know. This is we would hop on YouTube and look some shit up. Like, if you just, we watched a lot of BET before BET became commercialized. That's really what it was.
Uncut.
Hey, listen, if you ain't seen the tip drill video, I can't help you.
I didn't know who would just put up though. I didn't know that. I didn't know he does gospel music now.
He also does
wait,
streaming.
what?
Oh, JJ Iceman.
Oh,
Huh.
well, he needed to do something. It
You
wasn't
know,
rapping.
Sherrod, I was thinking
I
when you
know
told me
that.
when you talking about that crazy story about the girl, flushing the baby. I had to think about like what was a crazy story at my school, and this is actually a nationwide story. But there was a girl that I went to school with, like 9th, 10th grade. I think her name was Priscilla. She killed her mom with her boyfriend and chopped her body up and threw her in the bayou.
I think I heard about that, which is crazy.
She got out a while back, and somebody actually married her and had kids with her. And I'm just thinking, like,
Yeah,
sitting there,
okay, yeah, I
like,
did hear about that.
in my head, I'm like, man, you just sitting across from her at Applebee's on the first date, and she's like, oh yeah, I killed my mom, and it's like, why didn't you run?
I'm gonna kill my mom.
And you had kids with her.
I'm losing every argument in that relationship. I'm not even trying to win an argument. You know what, babe? You're right.
I would never feel
You got
safe.
it. You got it. You got that one.
The crazy thing is,
like,
oh, that was,
Hey,
oh,
that
Hey,
man
that
a
was
legend.
that was. Hey, listen, but that is a norm in Texas. So she said that. So we talk about nationwide stories. So my sophomore year of high school is when everything came to fruition. But one of my football coaches slept with one of my classmates that I graduated with, and so what was so crazy about it is when the story broke and he got caught, he ran away to Mexico. And then so like what happened was she was a freshman when they started having relations, if you will. And she made a cardinal mistake. All right. She told the captain of the dance team who was at our school that she was the one you don't tell nothing to. She tell everybody. So she told the captain of the cheer squad, and you understand this hierarchy, right? And so that shit spread like because it ain't no fun if the homegirls can't have none. And that shit hit the news, and we was like, yo, because we actually thought he was one of our favorite football coaches. Like he was cool in the fan. And then we found out he wasn't really cool in the fan. He was creepy in the fan.
One of our we had like police like stationed at the school.
Yeah, we had one of them too.
You might know the one I'm talking about, but we had a police officer who looked just like Buzz Lightyear, and he was dating the head cheerleader at the time. We all knew about it, but like somehow, some way, they always got around it. But I remember one time I went to a party after high school, and I saw them there together, and I was like, dude, you're like in your late 20s and we're like 19. You're still partying with us. This is weird, dude.
What?
It'd be like,
I wish we could have just zoomed in on Moo's face the whole time, because that shit was funny.
Because it's like we knew about this shit in high school, but it's like niggas, they didn't make it like
they didn't make it no better.
Actually, I want to say
no to no.
Y'all froze or I froze.
I don't know.
I think our theater director, he ended up marrying one of his students. He had divorced his wife and ended up marrying one of his old students.
What a world.
What a world.
Hey, welcome back to school, kids.
Lord have mercy.
School, kids.
So look, we at this hour and 53 mark, and I wanna end this in the most lighthearted way possible. And I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna put Mr. Gent on blast, not on blast, on front. I'm gonna put him on the spot. Who was your high school crush of a teacher? I know you had one. Everybody had one.
Why you do that? Why you do that?
Absolutely.
I just said. I said what I said.
I
said what I said. Oh,
I have
Lord.
her on Facebook. I can't. I can't.
Sherrod, shoot your shot. You're legal now. You're legal.
No.
I'm not going to. Single guy, hold on.
She's not. She's married with kids.
Hey,
I can't do it.
Parker was popping.
I met her husband.
Why can't you?
Oh, Lord.
Nah.
Can you speak in code?
Sherrod, how do you know that they don't get down to upside down pineapple?
I'm trying to tell you.
She was a track coach. She was a track coach.
That is horrible code.
You just narrowed it down real bad, bro.
You made that shit super easy. You motherfucker do a couple Google searches real quick and figure that out. But okay, I mean, I get you.
Rod, you done goofed.
Look, Moolah, where you at?
Hey,
that man went dark.
Oh, man. Look, again, he said, I got to go. I'm out of here. As far as my school, there was one we had a whole list. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but there was one when I was a freshman. Her name was Miss Sangha. Now she was thick. She was one of the. She was. I don't know if she was Indian. I don't know if she was Punjabi or what. But when I tell you, she was thick as hell. Her husband didn't like me because I always used to comment how thick she was. I didn't care. I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you. And then there was Miss Oda. Now the thing about Miss Oda, she had a sister that used to pop up on her when she was at during school times, better than her. So just imagine two teachers. You feel me? That was like still young type shit because she was in her 20s. Bad as I don't know what. And then last but not least, the soccer coach. I forget her name. I ain't gonna lie to you. But just picture like a beautiful German woman, but thick as all hell. Okay, running up and down the soccer field, lost the soccer field a day, and you're at track practice.
In them 4-inch shorts.
Come on, man. Come on, man. It was crazy.
Thank you, Jess. Jess said she ain't gonna watch this.
That's what you think.
Actually.
So, look, he been telling her about the show so she can look. He still got dirty fantasies. He over here. All right, Outlaw, what you got?
Man, I tell you what, man. My 9th grade year, I had a bad biology teacher. Man, she was a white woman, but she looked like she ate her cornbread every day. And then my Spanish teacher, bro, we were like 14 and she was like fresh out of college. Like this is like her first teaching job. So she was still kind of young and wild. And there would be sometimes she would like go out drinking the night before and be coming back to class like hungover. Like just she like, look, y'all just talk very quietly. I'm gonna take a nap at my desk. But she was such a cutie, bro. I wonder if I could find her. Let's not. No, let's not.
Hey,
so my teacher crush is twofold, and it's simply because my father is involved, because my father thought the same as my father tried to shoot his shot at the same time during me teaching.
If you didn't try.
I'm trying to tell you. So listen, let me paint this picture for you. So this was my sophomore year, my geometry teacher. Her name was Miss Woodley. Miss Woodley was 6'2". She played volleyball at LSU, and she was thick with 3 C's. I have no idea how old she was because my sophomore year, I swear to God, I thought she was only like 22, 23. But she probably was older because you know how black folks is. We don't crack nothing. But like, she was just built like a godly goddess statue. Like you just like when my dad went to meet the teacher, it was just like he literally on the spot tried to shoot his shot. Like that shit really happened. Like that was.
Our dad was married when you were in 10th grade, sir.
You think it's small.
I said what I said.
You think it's small, my brother. You think it's small. We think about it. Bigger things over here.
Follow up for next session. Did Outlaw find the teacher? Oh, so Jess said you got homework.
You got homework to do, my boy.
Bro, that was like 20 years ago. I don't even.
The way social media is set up, you start typing names, you might see some familiars.
Yeah.
Everybody got at least a Facebook these days. Hell, all my coaches I'm friends with all my coaches on fucking social media now.
Same.
Man, I don't know.
Now some of them starting to pop up on TikTok. I'm like, oh shit.
You got me thinking about it over here. A deep question, but like, would your teachers be proud of who you are today?
Absolutely. My teachers are. All of my teachers that I've seen when they see me, they still remember me. Like, yeah, they're definitely proud. Because I had some questionable moments in high school where we were not sure if we were gonna get across that stage.
Huh? I graduated college, got a house. I work in corporate America. I could have been a lot worse.
One of my teachers was at one of my teachers popped up at at my daughter's 3rd birthday. She was bringing her kid there on our way.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. I might be proud. They might be proud of me. I don't know. I ain't doing
my life. I don't know, man. You had some interesting. You went to an interesting school. They might have been just happy that you left.
They're struggling now. They're struggling now because they got a lot more color there now.
Oh snap! Oh man,
weren't a big fan of what was that book when we was kids? Maniac McGee.
Oh Lord!
Y'all remember Maniac McGee with the white kid who went to a black school or whatever?
I didn't know.
Ah, never mind. Y'all didn't read. You didn't read accelerated reader books when you was growing up.
Oh no.
You probably didn't read Holes.
I read Holes, yeah.
Y'all glowed up after high school or already in your glow up in school?
It's basically asking if we peaked in high school.
Yeah, exactly
Nah,
what
I
it
didn't
was.
peak in high school.
No, I didn't peak in high
Yeah,
school.
I didn't peak in high school.
Hell no, I peaked. I really hit a stride at 22. Because I bought my first house. I was on some shit when I hit 22. I was unstoppable. I was in the gym 5 days a week. I was partying on the weekend. Like I was partying. Like I would get fucked up. And Monday morning I was back in the gym. Like I was on my shit. But yeah, 22 is when I hit my prime year, and now I'm about to be 35 and I'm still in my prime. So
I feel like between 24 and 27, I was really cooking out there in them streets. Because Jay will tell you, I didn't show up for no family events because I was at somewhere I shouldn't have been.
he was somewhere
Why you always somewhere you
among
shouldn't have been,
he
my
was
boy?
because he know the muffin man. He was out there hunting cakes, man. Leave him alone.
That's how
Yeah, I
it was.
spent like
Man.
3 years in the streets.
That's how it
Boy
was.
got
Man.
lost. Boy got lost. He went for a
He
long
wasn't
road
lost.
trip.
Wow,
He wasn't lost. He knew exactly where he was trying to be.
Mhm.
trying to tell you.
Between
He
some
was
sheets.
down for sure.
Between the cheeks.
Between 2015 and 2018, man, I had a time. Traveling,
Yeah.
going places. Yeah, I had a good time. I didn't peak in high school.
Yeah, no, peaked around. As soon as I got to about 22, 21, that's when I hit my prime. That's when I was like, oh yeah, no, I ain't going back. It's over now.
Yep.
And then I met my wife, and
I'm
calmed down.
100% comfortable with the fact that I feel like I could write a book, and I'm not even 40 yet.
Nice.
Oh, most definitely.
I would have
Yeah.
now there'd be some. I would have to omit some things,
Yeah.
but
I'm gonna say this: the guys who peaked in high school were still going to high school parties when they were 22.
He lied.
Hell,
Big fact.
boys is on
Big
some
fact,
National
big facts.
Lampoon's Van Wilder type shit.
yeah, no, I knew some girls who were like dating dudes who were like 25 and they're like in high school. And I'm like, ma'am, you are a victim.
Look, hey,
That
you
part.
were-
But
Hey.
but listen, we do remember how normal that was, right? Like girls literally be like, oh yeah, I'm dating somebody that's like 25, 26. And we was like, we were so desensitized by it. So like, but now like we're the same generation that will get offended if that shit happens. Like that shit wasn't normal for us. Like
It
that
was
shit
wrong when
it was
happened.
more normal for the girls to date older guys than the guys to date older women.
I wouldn't call that dating. I would call that
I know.
predatory.
Yeah, predatory nature
grooming,
things,
for
but
sure.
Grooming. There we go, grooming. That's
Grooming.
that's-
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do that because it's gonna put us on a weird algorithm that we don't need to be on. But
this is probably demonetized at this point.
we'll check the views and find out.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do it like this. So I'm gonna start with you, Outlaw. What's your closing thoughts for the night, brother?
I don't know if you heard.
I don't think you heard me.
Nah, I froze. I'm in the hotel lobby.
Oh, look, you froze, but you were literally your body was still moving. So like,
moving. Yeah, you still moving like
on your
normal.
side. That was wild.
I guess I had a glitch in the matrix. What I miss?
Oh, I was asking for your closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. It was a fun trip down memory lane. I didn't realize how goddamn old I was until you asked me what did I do in 2014, and I was like, oh, that was only like 10 years ago. And I did the math, and I was like, nah, nigga, that was 20 years ago. But no, it's been nice talking about all this stuff from back in our youth, and the earlier section talking about how it is being a dad, sending kids off to school. I'm proud of you boys, really, truly.
What you got, Moolish?
Another fun show. Make sure y'all tune into the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week. PVT on Thursday, Inside the Huddle on Friday. We back on Monday. Basket to Basket, and we back here at Gentleman's Talk. Definitely dope going down memories lane. Shoot, make sure you get up early, take them kids to school, man. They need a good education.
Yeah,
the way public school going these days. Mr. Gent, what you got?
Another great episode. Y'all go ahead, like and subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
It's in the chat.
Wow. Yeah, he pop that boy in the chat. That boy, that's quick. Boy, was ready.
Hey man, I does this production thing.
I did want to say that I'm trying to get a little grasp on school supplies. I'm trying to figure out why they need, you know, a pack of pencils for construction book, you know, a skillet, a jetpack, and
some damn headphones. What are y'all listening to?
Headphones.
I got a question for y'all. And I'm gonna judge y'all. What color folder did you have for your math class?
Green.
Blue.
Blue.
Red.
Blue. Had that blue.
I had green for money.
You know, you remind me. I'm sorry, we about to do closing, but you remind me. Y'all remember putting pictures in our folders and our binders?
Absolutely.
To make a collage out that, man. Come on now.
I also remember something that you don't remember, Mr. Jen, and that's putting a damn piece of paper around my textbook. They used to call it a book cover.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember book covers. Book covers.
And then they made them fancy ass stretchy Velcro ones, and we were like, "Oh shit, we fancy now."
And everybody kept drawing on them.
Damn, it's my phone going. All right, so great show tonight. Way to reminisce. Way to go down memory lane tonight. That was different. That was fun. We never done nothing like that before, but that was fun. Looking at it from a perspective of being fathers, echoing what Outlaw said though, definitely proud of all the fathers. We all have successfully been raising some successful kids that are going through the school ages or the preschool ages or the almost pre-K ages, however you want to view it. And proud of I'm proud of the chat, man. The chat never lets up, man. You guys, y'all do not understand how much you guys truly impact this show. From a positive perspective, you guys add so much stuff to this. It's outstanding. So we love the chat. We love what y'all bring to the table. Y'all bring questions live on the air, and it changes the whole dynamic of the show in a great way. So the chat makes the show go. So, and yes, Jess, with the S on it. I know that seems weird, but yes, it is definitely with the S on it. But yeah, and shout out to Basket to Basket, man. They had their show on Tuesday, and when I woke up on Wednesday, it had 69 views when I woke up, and I was like, well, shit, that show took off. They were talking about the Olympics and winning a gold medal and all that stuff. So shout out to Basket because we was leading the charge for the highest rated show of the week, and then Basket to Basket said, hold my beer real quick. But it's cool. It took them a while because Basket to Basket been behind us for a while now. So, it's all good. Wow. Somebody just came in here just throwing shit at you. That's fucked up.
Wait a minute.
Damn.
Whoa. I don't even know who this is. Who is you?
Who is it?
Peters?
Who is Paul Peters?
Mr. Koala as a profile picture. No,
All
put
right.
your own shit out there. Come on now.
Make sure I put them up there. So good night to you, Jess. And good night to you, China. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, follow, man. Y'all check the link in the chat, man. We're gonna keep rocking, keep following us. It's finna get more wild and exotic these next couple of episodes, man. But as per usual, I don't know where Outlaw went. I think he dropped out and got his GED. I hope he come back when he get his master's. But with all those things being said, man, per usual, ladies and gentlemen, we are out.
Motivation in you and inspire the world to do what you can. If you love it, then fuck